Ale fonsaje de. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Ale fonsaje. Muna dabo sanka baluo. Ale fonsaje. Mbe useni dabo julalema. Ale fonsaje. Juloka man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Ni aja man la maje. Ale fonsaje. Suluo simbene da. Ale fonsaje. Useni masata. Ale alale amansa andi ale ponsa mbaro da bodima ale ponsa mbaro da bodima ale ponsa enu mukunda da bodima ale ponsa alale bate jola ale ponsa mansole bate jola ale ponsa aye Gambia bondi bata kono ale ponsa maje modu bele se wota ala be nyinkela ale ponsa manso be nyinkela ale ponsa usen bodanyani dobo ale dobo gae usen ale ponsa anata kombo tumami ale ponsa londo nata kulli ale ponsa okaelo adabo ale ponsa ayado kuoge Gambia Kaya Mandela ale ponsa mayinduru kema ale ponsa ala fosalida bokema ale ponsa adale bate jola ale ponsa njilasi sedima ale ponsa ganja mane dimma ale ponsa sali suare dimma ale ponsa jari jalo dimma ale ponsa jari si sedi malem ale ponsa munani tata malitu ale ponsa munante ni kumbole mude ale ponsa juguna ale fonsaje de ale fonsaje ale fonsaje ale fonsaje muna dabo sanka baluo ale fonsaje mbe useni dabo julalema ale fonsaje juloka man la maje ale fonsaje ni aja man la maje ale fonsaje suluo simbene da ale fonsaje useni masata ale fonsaje alale amansa andi ale fonsaje mbaro da bodima ale fonsaje mbaro da bodima ale fonsaje enu mukunda da bodima ale fonsaje alale bate jola ale fonsaje mansole bate jola ale fonsaje aye Gambia bondi bata kono ale fonsaje maje modu bele se wota ale fonsaje ala be nyinkela ale fonsaje manso be nyinkela ale fonsaje usen bodanyani dobo ale dobo gae usen ale fonsaje anata kombo tumami ale fonsaje londo nata kulli ale fonsaje okaelo adabo ale fonsaje ayado kuoge Gambia Gambia Kaya Mandela ale ponsa mayinduru kema ale ponsa ala fosalida.
Yo, assalamualaikum baringolo mbalbe konton na European line bantaba bi dimas longo July karoti di mo the 28th of July 2025. Exactly 6 minutes to 6 p.m. in the United Kingdom right now. 6 minutes to 7 in most parts of Europe. And it should be 6 minutes to 5 in the Gambia. Welcome to special edition of Current Affairs show. UDP Online Bantama Malton Rulabake. Later on, Minala Lebot Obekala special program. UDP Diaspora Alfalo, Seattle chapter official Nisana Jaju Minala Bantaba. 9 p.m. UK time. To talk about this forthcoming event in Seattle, the final panel discussion about the forthcoming mega second diaspora convention in Seattle. Akachabekela wobekela talonkonontole, but nindong not a current affairs show la journey program will start. 9 p.m. in the UK, and that should be 8 p.m. in the Gambia. So it should be 10 p.m. in Europe. So be cooling, but that program should not be about 1.5 hours at most. For the benefit of those Malayalam could be Europe Bangkok and maybe so be cooler. So Balu tend back and bring on a lightning chain demanding so that Melbe Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok welcome on board. Melbe TikTok or Mal Daniel privacy platform on tap. I'll say think of you tap. I'll screen on you share. That's your little contribution. Melka gift soldi, thank you so much. Najele do somebody has already started giving now Barinding J. Malam from Barinding Botana holiday. Barinding Najele Bella holiday enjoy kande. I don't know whether you were in Finland. Iman sis la jara masamba nyola. Mbitang yini mbitang jela I'll be enjoyment ala. J Jalo. I'm de. They are the one on TikTok, okay? So I'll be content na back in a program or that in. Oh, you are back. Okay, good. Me program that in the month of Latola. Alaman dona yi program ko bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alama ngafuna ko alhamdulillah. Alama masatala Cairo Kenya. Alama ale banko ay Cairo sa DJ. Mansatala yin susara fana. Jere marong inimbara te wona. Good evening, Kiaman. Inimbara be nyadi. Thank you so much. Mbe ajibuga chon nuyu na la mangi ñu ñep ñu join si TikTok live bi ñëw si waxtaan rek Gambia affaire Gambia mom everyday nga am loo si wax so this program is going to run and we'll have another part 2 program 9 p.m. that is going about the Seattle Convention kola ali akalam ta ñami ye mari nga dua Kairola nga dua jata kendal nga dua sabonte frewol foni alamani maning adi jato bala ba guten abend na dalin Germany inimbara alama alay Kairo Kenya sabade frol nga doy alaman nim fakam mbokay nuy na len ci yut fenal bantaba tay dimanche ñaari fukk fan su wari July kon dañ de ñew ci am waxtaan ci affaire politique bi dinañ am ci am waxtaan nuy na len jalalante jamali ñaanal aji jitu yi waye lu ma do wasi sosé inshallah dinañ am benen programme lolu 9 p.m. UK fekk 10 p.m. in Europe Seattle Convention dinañ am panel discussion fi sama jaaju ak man ñoko co-host dinañ ñew fi waye bi mom current affairs show la so programme bobu non is just going to be about Seattle Alhaji Ousainou Dabo and his delegation about to leave the Gambia. They should be leaving the Gambia in the next couple of days. They should be heading to Seattle to attend the Diaspora Convention. I'm not going to mention the names of the delegation here, but because you will see them when they arrive in Seattle. The party leader is going to lead that delegation. Seattle is just about maybe 10 days to the Seattle Convention. So this Seattle, but the next point will be France. France chapter Bela fundraising in Paris. Hadijadu Bailo Bange invite Nalebita France start already. You should go to France one fundraiser. Nyandazala na darling. Nyandazala France la fenkotale. 13th of September. Banfa Kamara na la mul. All from the fundraising Bakela. Then from there, I think on the 20th that will be Italy. Aliajele be Humble Bambas ba advertise kan la program auto. They are also doing a fundraising UDP Italy chapter. Then from Italy, it is going to be Stockholm on the 27th of September. Yeah, guys, Stockholm, that inshallah, that also will be a nice event. So we encourage people who want to go there. From Stockholm, the next point will be the gas chapter Tabakala on the 4th of October in Vienna, Austria. Then from there, it's going to Spain on the 11th of October. And on the 18th, the last point in the UK. At the UK, la gala dinner for now. I'll be invited. Hadija Dubai Laba Bubutamit. I think you will go to that one, inshallah. So in Iman na mbe de bulala le ngata musudo nyini. Niman na gala dinner na gala dinner. Inyanda na la wala lede. I'll be invited. UK chapter la gala dinner on the 18th of October, inshallah. I'll be in Birmingham Saturday. So those are lineup of programs. Mealanko Mighty UDP UK, Mighty UDP le bakela, dolaba mashallah alaye UDP le udarajo din tolela kanyim fundraising or bekeja. Anyimbe is trying to proka kuro nyini patiola UDP patio nga kuro nyini nga patio makoi ay kuro sort of fundraising ba on tolbo foire patileti. So atol momo be diaspora jam ala try ali ticket all sang ni mol mon sita ni programme ite dala no ni programme because mashallah siatale but hani full choose 2 out of the lot, that's a bonus. Because holiday for mansia, we are also in hard times. Koribondol share bilol belari nyana, so mota afford la no ka ticket or sang kata hotel or kata all these events. So for the moment alongo, ite mu yom money to like sisla jadama mu yom money. We are to afford no kata ni bilal bed. But in tol foirol mele alongo kodite mbulu, ntol hasulalu, so ntol ba pick la bita damel. You know, maybe for the sisla ticket or sang. Nalongo arade ticket sisla ka ticket or sawoy kata ni event out. And aramanke UDP ngoti. So great. So just a couple of announcements to the platform. Yeah. So ngalongo iko protest ole for the Gambia gala, but the date new on the 23rd lo mojama ba foka on the 22nd. But pamito me ya dealer ya date new on the 23rd. Ngamara beben arabo le fi. Nyata na date lo na calculation correct because bimo dimaso 28 samo 21st. 22nd or some 21st Monday, 22nd is Tuesday, 23rd is on Wednesday. Yes. So Arabalungo Galankol ko kana protest la bari obviously ke confined le nyanta benadame. So ngano protest of Gambia nying they are Gambians against looted jam assets gala. Ye pamito dia dilale, so iko protest. So we work that. Be Fatsen Sabali Fanam congratulate Labake for that very successful event. Mengata fara to kunu ala kafuni na kulio ali ajale. Inshallah sama Fatsen Sabali vina bantabale. Me alonko me microphone hand over to her. Akabina le kadiamu program and kana kamul tempo. So she will be here. New program for map plan be no bila binala. But it's not agreement to sama binala inshallah. Thank you message. So ma congratulate la. More participate in program on you went well attend to the back. So nying on the 20 nying sibiro men fananki mandinarim fanambela bureau me alongo ya tola the late no gonjaila. So wo fanambeka la ngala kamera ba betra jele ka cover. So long line of events stay kana. So nata janne puruka kacha Gambia cool men kaje and ndefaranga no opinion di. Obviously kunun wulitale Gambia every day Gambia eka kukuto leje. But Gambia dembela we have to thank our investigative journalists, the Republic and in Malagan. I think they are doing a fantastic job. Because media role is to try to inform the citizens. Puruka banku dingol media role is puruka mul bondi kuol kalama. So nim journalist ol bo ke kam forketen. Walati na nyim politiko. Ñu bay wante hell nga hakilo tu nyoto. Ntol UDP ngol nga kumo bele moy jam. Kabrin serum. UDP le ketateng. UDP notale. UDP le Gambia banko tinya. Mba repeat la kotenke, maybe you guys will be bored of hearing this, but kachale ka samano. Biring Republic ye article present about Jamila dictator Jamila asset soul. But by the way, but nga digress demanding. Jambe Musa e bayro le gala patieto nga lamin tambala audio soto janne. Ma play la lien ali alla mai lamin tamba diam tale. So Jambe Musa e lamin tamba bayla ni na broda for the chore. Kan Jambe Musa debuka nonsense tale ala ni patio. Aka wule longelen doro nga kari bayle Jambe Musa Babili. So Babili guy na broda bayle lamin tamba. That really shocked me because Lamin Tamba was one of the pillars of Jamila APRC and media to atelekana je ka jamme defend be pare ka mo le ko jamme rights constitutional so saying But lamin tamba ka resign tale. Lamin tamba la audio ya kinyanande. Iko lamin tamba ka resign tale. So Jami Musa ka lamin tamba vele. So I don't know which is which. But go audio play la jama. But let me go back to the topic. Kunung kibarol fundita regard to Esa Fall. Esa Fall mo bangole nyini kam. Republic ye reporter di reserve lano nying. Afane iko ay interest so jele pour ka lan nyini ko akalafta business ole kela ka hotel o lo wo muku kende balati. So menketa bring nyim breaking news kera watch ba for diamo be kera kunum platform duta e kan tolu UDP ngol tumi menna ko we always defend the indefensible ko UDP ni ko ku keta ndolle kananga na president reform so kunungame right tol fanan they fell into our category hani bi iba kan ko esa man kuke esa did not do anything illegal. Yes, I'm going to make that clear. There was no illegality in what Esa did. Because I'm more duku, after all knowledge, based on that information, Esa more bribe. In fact, Esa la kuru dundiji $125,000 me ala manke kudi ndinti. Millions of dollars is and wo kodo ndela jero to manse kunda nyando sayni la male ni man korral dial because I want to do a very fair analysis here. Because ndol man dum politiko kono pour nte fani ya performance politiko kono. Ni momo be kamfala say who saidly come. I care less. You can insult say who saidly from morning being gone. And in fact, don't do it one day, do it every day. Talal za life binga saga ma suba being gone. That def for the whole week because benefan do doy. A whole week every day, you say who saidly has yen neng, yen command all sort of names la. Ntede mo nenna kabri do nañu politiko ko nga ala tentu baake baw hani ya jam adama baro fongo e tatale ko ndema mo yare ka bama ko adingola ko man diante barente buka adingo nen ba juma jallo kay ñina fo ñu fatela fo fama fo malo graba falantiji bar mo le kibaro sindim so nde wo nga ala tentu wala baake ni mo ga fo sehu sedi lidi abuka nendireki diko nendiro a easy ta mo be se nendiro ke non ndani banda bajang foni mamme na comment jede jam momo na raje mo nem bay la comment delete la I don't care who you are. You can be the biggest financiers of UDP what is it like UDP sampuru sangoti but nen ndiro ke jan ni foni la comment because comment zol me be ke kan TikTok YouTube mbe nyabe computer to because ndeka broadcast on all these 3 networks ndeka broadcast TikTok dama I broadcast on Facebook YouTube and TikTok so sometimes practically impossible ka fokombe mobile but ni momo lafita kan neng because of my view anuma mo neng please go ahead and insult me for 2 weeks or even the whole month and see if I would change my style that will even give me more resolve to talk that's me intebe wala nyama I can be very stubborn if I want to in a positive way and let nobody be intimidated or be kelak positional change because you fear political kono alaju senu dabo every day ka ndeng ndol man fisa alaju senu dabo ti at least yatan difa ke bayala karola se asike no dol mamatila ke dol fati bar lolum isa neng ka nender dimol political kono ni dunta je ngamol advice na political ni dunta je iko mo kale neng mote nenna suko africa political please kanake politician oti ha ete nendiro ke make moro be nen so if anybody doesn't have the thick skin ndol covering 2016 irin falendiro kera up to now even nenna nying fuse so nendiro is nothing new to me in fact he come here look at me I'm laughing I'm condemning I'm happy I'm jeleka because I can't motivate like I cannot ingredient sakone mo ben nen kam fani yaka kukilinde ni nga hada madi ngo tonye wonna conscience ko allow bari mo kana waver mo kana relent in the cause pour la propagation of tonya kan tonyandiro dati mambede anu ne tonyandiro ke unknowingly subconsciously ni na talo ge tonyandiro ke decency requires that you come and apologize. Modole be Facebook o dagela comment do jele sifa kilen du garam be danela ni ya fola nyam ko tenge te be fola ni platform modole. I don't want anybody to distract me. So bringing report of unti dame alongo Malagen ye kibar funa esa funti da ba fan senende la kono ngajele ye bi nyin kuri audio share of esa la diamo na be lamoy ndebe na analysis le di la jam as a Gambian, but obviously anything I say bafala UDP ngolo, so I'm ready for that. Bafala say who said the UDP lo abe venga mantra mo counter kan janka mo bari bring assets ko funtita jam ndolo man kaira soto jam ndol nim mel bebe opposition killing ngontol mo opposition on to lamiro ron to lebe the same camp bawo momo mu opposition oti ntol nyanda nyati le na ruling government na la bawo ko kulombula la be ngani yakelim ba dega Gambia oppositional membe wol mantra kulum killing kono so ko ngise ngani yakelendi mbe ngam fongo ko man oppositional lela bar oppositional dol be je wol lafta la ka UDP singo collaboration bi pour itol se bayra soto te bayra popularity buga boka ke alala ka mola ko die buka love ibuka frosé kano buka frosé loyalty buka frosé so UDP nak ntolu ba try kana ma fam perfecta bari kan na domandi ngomen ke banko e pour que nyim banko bondi so kunum esa la deleti biko ngamolu moy janne biko esa seneyatale set comme lire bu ndaw lire xam nga lire def de lire mom lire ate buka denano ate buka hak juno be buka tala ni denano ni wuluta rek sinless denano kay mota vola denano juno bole so molu bi jang ika seneya tale son tolo UDP ikon tolle man seneya because ndolle be coalition o kono ndolle nga coalition o tinya ndolle hadumeta ndolle nga alaju senu dabo everyday sa jalay ko atele ni sanji sabota ka tinya fo baro konne atele baro jambandi but kunum they got the taste of their own medicine andung ngana broda la dia mom moyle esa ako nying is politically motivated. That doesn't make sense to me, and it will never make sense to me, because Malagen is not a government newspaper. It's not an opposition party newspaper. They are independent. Malagen, just like the Republic, Mustafa Kedabo followed Malagen, and therefore Ngameron for still atala people couldn't lay rectify. Yarate Yatonia at Sound the Republic. So Malagen fana wolle tolam. So wolle nyin kibaro bonda, and kudos to them, because nim Malagen man publish. Gambians would not know. Even though SIA Folego, he made a declaration in his asset 2021, which I don't even see the sense in, because among landmen dealer, land be allocated to Nulako. Why would you declare it in your assets? Yes, you said you want to be honest to Gambian people, but that land was not given to you. He paid a development levy, and the land was not being allocated. So what sense does it make to me? It doesn't make sense to me to put that as your assets. It's not your assets, because it's a potential asset that you will have, but it's not an allocated asset. That's a fact. All right? So, member caring, Nyindiamo bebe caring, ye Gambiano lo ne fasaro, kuneka nga farfarlo. Why ñun UDP lañ dé togn na ñun dañ dé farfarlo. Gambian, kan mo du farfarlo in Gambia? Ay bena de. Gambian so lale mbokam dan ko gis e kajale ko tilo de Gambiano badi mama dol bi ji amanke mo be ba majority Gambiano ni ala leader ma abokala fi ala leader ma, and this is not peculiar to UDP, it's across the board, and I think that has been confirmed. That was confirmed yesterday. It's their turn. Ela leader be from the press release bonni ibe yaila platform auto iko ga man sekundale jalai dol ba fola ko fango is a bait. the more sense understand. Look, let's look at the timeline, chronology of events. SIA Koranying apply in 2010. Initially, what more Jame Musa Lebeje, ima respond, ima Koranying diala, ima plot diala. But my question is, Munati na mang access to the Yaya Jame. Because ani Yaya Jame ma wo soto. Ningatara nun Jamme Musa Fonaya appoint nu as one of the commissioners. Probably he would have opportunity to meet Yaya Jame, and Yaya Jame would have approved for him to get the land. Look, Ndolka intuitive analysis like a jam, right? But then he did that application wasn't approved in 2010. Then the TRRC Act came into force, I think in June, around there about June. I may miss the date, but 2017. Shortly after TRRC, I do also the TRRC Academic League Council. So he decided to apply in 2018. The two coalition man secondary bekeri. 2018 up to 2020, 2021, ESA be lead council yalla. So ESA yalla positionally used as a leverage. Ako barola ya kumandi. Atata barola ya. But why abe baro from midla? Now moile ba fokanko because this is a huge investment. So need investment okay, naturally you have to meet with the president. That is baloney. Absolute complete baloney. Yeah, alinkana mone, alinkana nyone. Yalong, a proper institution. You don't even have to meet with the president. Gambia institutional lesoto. Mele yalong ko nanata investment ola. Inyanta ko lela bunda konkonna. Kada president will meet. You are trying to get an added advantage because president is the head of state. Jang in the United Kingdom. If you are doing an investment, do you have to go and see the prime minister? No. Then you don't go and see Prime Minister Keir Starmer because you want to invest in the United Kingdom. Do you do that? But Ndoleko, we want to bring correctness. So it take a palaso yini because it is your privilege appointing you as lead counsel was a privilege. It's not a right because there are other Gambians that could have been appointed lead counsel, just like this local government commission. SI is not a lead counsel. There's somebody else who's a lead counsel. That shows that more Jamalebe Gambia with the same competence and knowledge could have done the job of the TRRC. But atele harjetala. So atata ako ndefo men disappoint. Iyate charge ko inyanta $125,000 non-refundable. Iko GTA lewo fenko, which I don't even know. It doesn't make sense. Kodo men kamunta $125,000. This is non-refundable. Why would you risk something that is non-refundable? And it's clear that this is non-refundable. If it is clear that it's non-refundable, then the state doesn't owe you. Because the application of Dundi is not a guarantee that you will get it. But the pre-warn like this is non-refundable. For non-refundable, then obviously state owes you the money. But at that time, Dundi. So, Worumanin Barobe, Kolbe Beteare, Wotumo Baroma political intention or long, maybe ya alone, and I don't know. So, Atataje. No, Dudu Jaune. If they took the money from him, I don't know if any Jangami. Near Kodote Bulu. But he may suffer. I come to the new Social Security Housing Finance Operation apply. But Social Security may suffer because you have been allocated a plot, then that's not what you said. Because Kodoni is a tale after Ela Kodo Murundila. That's a possibility. So we have this approach. Fengome alonga mankela property the near Safeko you have been allocated plot X, Y, and Z 3 point something hectares, then that officially is yours based on the content of the letter. Maybe model shinaja ne comment, but in tenga wala na. Dekana mira ngalef. So imagine would declare the assets because ni momo yenyi nge sa fo wel nga kodo dundele bari man allocate wala na ma accept. That's a good explanation. Imagine bring atefonga ya foko bring masakunda ya kai ko manane assets ako he apologized to them. And he said it. Ako he apologized to the government because akate ko leneko na kele because of I want to be honest to the Gambian people. So bilabo dodo nyindi amo fatale. but bringing assets ko nada. And Janet Commission, your recommendation okele, yenyun dula anyin, puria amurinde back into the reserve land. In the Janet Commission report. Because yaya jamele nyun dula be tanu. Malagen follow report de yaya jamele nyun talenu, ikoya di Laurent Bagbola musola. Bladole bijay aya di Laurent Bagbola musola. But birane Laurent Bagbo fell out because yaya jamele mobu kalaba. Imagine Lamin Tamba will be fall out. Yaya jamele mobu kalaba. So anata okudo anata ya jame na rosike ko allegedly idea bamala tala alamane manika fokelai. So wodulalu wolle nata sa nyuni yaje ko esa ko ikate 2 million na wolang abuka investment ko Gambia. Wala na la businesses all wafi Senegal anata saying akaka investment. And that's a noble thing. We have to be fair. It's a noble thing. Na investment okay, but there are only red flag. Esa kata Adama Barrow ka ko because amanso na kudo njola because among Gael trust. But birata da Barrow ya ko Barrow le kay ko ni la procedure mo ya jo ni ma jo teman se kunabla. Somebody like Adama Barrow, more men ka ko Adama Barrow is clueless, Adama Barrow is king. Why meet with Barrow Sadio Toure? That's my question. On a private matter, it's already you are performing the role of a lead counsel. And you take a more like kisi. As I was investigating people. Abe molle ge Gambia jembe tonya le fola. Then you want to digger. Then you are already investigating people. So ning APRC and ning other perpetrators or nata moeko unknowing to them, it political correctness men ke kan go lead counsel kamulu katonya for molie. It thank you so much Sankung Singade. Thank you for congratulating me. Baraka. So it political correctness men ke kan kafo mole ko tanin kafo mole ko almanya na nyikela so yara fan ite fo tata ko male ni president be nyoje kan ila private project la manke bankula project oti because and not many investors in Gambia your opportunity so if people cannot see that is incorrect and people say nothing is wrong with that, then Gambia we are in a serious God save that country. And no, if at all Alimba, 1 second, let me just drink some water. Alimbato, let me have a glass of water. So Yalom Polico is interesting. Imagine if Alhaji Hussein Dabo had done this, or Ajaratu Yamsek, or anybody in UDP, or any of our mayors or chairpersons Lenyinke. Melbe esa defend kan ye manya menkenu assets code be the same manya na wana le UDP setun UDP mom nobody mo kana cut over UDP bulen ken sani settle dugananji benen scandal. Come on guys, this would be the reaction. But today, because the matter surrounds that about their messiah, because Ngedolmoeleko Esa is God sent. Yes. Ufanamila opinion de ko alale Esa kina pura Gambia bondi. Umila miranyale. So bi wole kana iko Esa man kujaoke. Yes, Esa e kujaoke mafoko Esa is involved in bribery. Mafoko Esa e mole duku. Because information on fundamental kamalala. But Esa la positional use, he leveraged his position as the lead counsel to have discussions with Adama Barrow, and that is unethical. That is a moral question. There's a moral deficiency. We will say it up to planet Mars. The momo la feta tonya fole ba folale. And if this was under the Ninyimbe politician or Dola Carola, then they would have been saying the same thing. Just like when the assets issue came out here, when lawyer Dabo Dingola assets from the lawyer Dabo Dingo application, okay, a Tata Social Security, ala musofana apply, what is not illegal, but it all more killing on left from the jam, Iko womo moral issue. Today, the same people are saying, no, SRTA is not a moral question. So what sort of people are we? And these are the people who criticize UDP. Because UDP, Ntolu, we will always defend our leaders. It doesn't matter. But today they are all over defending SR fall. How can anybody defend SR on this? How can anybody not be smart enough to see the moral deficiency in this whole list? Why should people be going to sit Adamabaro? I work in the Ministry of Trade. There was a time I was the senior economist handling investment applications at the Ministry of Trade. Nim businessman or not, I left investment okay, the files come to me. Don't like appraisal okay, I minister whether this project should be given duty waiver or not. Don't like a recommendation okay. And we appraise the project. Now that the Ministry of Trade, go to number second floor, ni select steps all correct you head intel officer benunjel. Investment files or nim businessman or inteleka akanantelaya, inteleka minutes all kaita permanent secretary na appraise na GB. But I will frown upon anybody. May alongo you want to go and see the head of state. Because you are trying to get an advantage. Sako ite esala problem is asamu lead council leti. Itebe doku wala kamolu kisi. And secondly, bidding work at 2021 Janet Commission report of Funtita. Munana esa man letter of foko I'm withdrawing from this application because sayangalo neko Janet Commission recommended. Ko Nyindlato Nyantekala wildlife parks for birds. This land, there's a contestation about this. As our argument is, because young people they acted in violation of the constitution because constitution that hectare of land should be 4 point something, they extended to 6 point something. Ako mo killing your decision or ta. But it do cool, it will lead council. Why would anybody do that? And you know what? If this is good for ESA, then it should be good for everybody. And you know, because yes, it's a bird sanctuary. Now, Bambasle, some of the sound bites will share with us. Now, ESA la temperament GB. Yalom president ya, no kuma kilim folali. President wanyanta ka good temperament soto. President wanyanta ka kamfa. Because it ka banko bele mara. Esa kamfa tolebe diamu kanu. Andung brinyi interview keta, brinyi scandal keta, a responsible narantelo esati. I will summon a press conference in the Gambia, where reputable media houses like Kerfatu, Standard Newspaper, all these media houses in Gambia, Pamoru Bojana Radio, your journalists will be benidula killing. Ibaja Mustafa Kedaba will be in they ask questions. In fact, Malagan reporter should be there, and Malagan did the right thing. They asked him before they even published that. But Esama Obekede, Chupur, I call it TikTok platform auto. That to me was laughable. Hey, you monkeys. I come to the lawyer Dabo, very lawyer Dabo accused them. Lawyer Dabo what have a Spain in Barcelona. Yes, that was, we were together with him in Barcelona. And he spoke in Barcelona because he was not on the ground. But Amanta TikTok platform, he spoke at a UDP event and addressed this issue and said, "Ko na dingo anything illegal or la muso abafole korrasa indi." He spoke authoritatively. Akonim man sekunda se any evidence funtindi ko ala muso na la dingo yo korrasa to through an illegal way or ate undue advantage use nis evidence of funtindi ako man sekunda evidence hani bi man sekunda mo evidence fundi ako abafola la muso yo korrasa indi abafola dingo korrasa indi. You know, Kelefaka dia nyama. And Lawyer Dabo at a Gambia like press. Lawyer Dabo press conferences will command. He is at all politician of the Gambia, then a press conference commander than any other opposition leader. Because that's what should happen. This is not a minute thing. This is not a the first ever scandal SR2 involved political. This is the first one. Because it could never SR Senator. Coalition lead la. Because all these people in the coalition send law settled. The Yah coalition be. So now esa fanan dum ta scandalo kono esa nyanta media house le commande la journalist ol ya anyininka journalist ol ya anyininka because they say who said it, I'm not a journalist. I'm a pundit on the platform. They call for journal many times. Nte manke journalist. Abin be freedom manke journalist. Journalist ol men kam te ko Omar Wali. Meli yalon ko ila karanne. Wala sina isi nyininka. Malagen na reporter se taraji. That would have given him perfect opportunity because wolba nyininka la tough questions la. Why it at Adama Baromit? Don't you think you leverage your position as lead counsel that accorded you the opportunity with Adama Barrow? Because not all investors in Gambia, there are people who intend to invest more in terms of SL than $125 because I see they are putting importance on. There are people who want to involve more than $125,000 in Gambia. They never had opportunity to press down, and they're also Gambians. But because, yes, Sergio Toure, I understand that. So, in make a public tender, ya salala esa fa mala ko de nyo pacho aleli de kabi li yefi pacho la man lo la ko jisi if anybody doesn't agree because politicians will ka funde pa ya ala ju seno dawo nyin keba alinga duaye amanke ko because of a UDP Alhaji Usenu Dabo was in a golden opportunity. He was closer to Adama Barrow than anybody else when he was vice president, particularly after the change. Molkosa, he was the de facto president. Namereka komande wala. Iko Adama was just there, but Alhaji Usenu Dabo was running the country. Namara mbenga ni rhetoric mojan. But anamana la positional use purka advantage in terms of allocation of lands, prate fongo personally. Nala vida he could have got 5 hectares of land aita hotel or lodge. But I okay. No, he never did that. But be na okay no. A tobe terla kala. Wala Alhaji Usenu Dabo I found comport nyame grabe ni vantage position auto biring asudata barola bi wala sutura. Wala na ken hamut elek. Na dol moy le ka fo esa grabe ni kela. He never knew that he was going to be president. That's lame. Should you do right only when you knew you are going to be president? No, this is why we do background checks. Adama Barrow one offered you approach UDP ko after na political bureau be refurbished lab. Alhaji Usenu Dabo rejected it. If Alhaji Usenu Dabo accepted that, B UDP be ndole muna follow no NPP. Nyata no Barrow len to la political bureau tae be refurbished. At that moment, me kontan nale akamdal ko birim Barrow e moto sak aya di MPO la. Fama law anatafo. Ntela nga député wol basica nga motol dila. So the only problem with ESA. Thank you so much, Madam Sane. The problem with this whole thing is the immorality, the immoral part of using his position, or he benefited from an allocation or a would-be allocation by virtue of his role. Because he was a lead counsel. Problem when he expressed his interest in the presidency, that's the time. And there was one NPP guy, and then heads up the moral. Ndese who said in any information about this scandal. But the mayor of Akoi Kanafo. Akonyoko at a mailer before election. Esa ibe kumubujela ifundala court. Namanas kacha bantabaja, but information on your messaging akandi. Because in the last social Gambia, will nyabe cool bele kam, will mafi kumule fantabari, kujababe Gambia bukeda. Akonyoko esa akonyoko sambi ibe makaomo ile esa la karol. Because kujamale dunta esa ni barona la moltema. So sign nite be diamukang uprightness nasla. People should be upright. You are talking about ko tilingo senea. So ni kufunde de la karola. And Gambia politician, there's one problem that we have. Gambia, most Gambians, this is not peculiar to the politicians. How many Gambians do apologize? Even from our homes? No, we don't have it on the system. Only few would have the decency to apologize. He could have been apologetic to say, if I disappointed you guys, probably I should not have even met with Barrow. Niaron SIL application put in a right process. Among Barrow meet. Amni Baroma aning Amad Bama meet. a tatala application of dundi ya upset or whatever. Wallahi, I would have said SR did not do anything wrong here because Gambia dingole mati. I rest like a plot of land yini. Nimmanza kunna reserve land sike kweba dila woman ke SR la faulty woman za kunna la faulty. But SR ya la positional use as lead counsel. Nte se who said the be. Nin kono be mul. Nte baro mitla. Because number one tebe opposition me. Ndede baro mitla. So manana atebe advantage total over me. And this is what everybody, and that's why yesterday I was on Baro Must Go, wole constructive analysis of this situation. For the first time, Kurusuto, after many SRD Amata, the only platform that started giving constructive analysis of SR Lanying and where they felt that SR lost the plot, wole Kulana Kurusuto joined the G. But the Tribulo, Dolbalam ego massage la. SR man fenkedam. SR is this. SR ketatene. Because Gambia, to nyale tumaranke ataji. Nga dolu moy defay ka fo SR su malagen. SR ko among any silo soto ka malagen su. Because SR mo loyalty. Ibe malagen su la for what? Because malagen ye investigation o menke yolo publish. But yalo melko fo menke loyalty. Gambia na ko fe ka fo karishu. SR ko abe man sekunda sula at the right time. Let's wait for that. Ako akafenne batu at the right time man sekunda sulale. But in the moment, ala kodo, what is an issue? But Ningatara is non-refundable. My question is something that is non-refundable. If you make an application and they tell you to Babakauntako, how many of us here, even British, look, those of us in the UK, if you put out your application through immigration, this is non-refundable. Ni application or you reject. Would you go and tell Home Office that no? Because in ahead, this is not refundable. This is not refundable, then that cannot cause as a debt. If you call this money, then you will be given a land. Then, but when they say this is non-refundable levy, what maybe correct? Yes, about foka. Wala ye audio la lamoy mbela moy rola dole ba foka ñu lega UDP criticize ñu lega UDP castigate ñu lega UDP on corruption charges, but the level of scrutinization it can make a UDP le buka ke mola Gambia, and this is the biasness in Gambia for Gambia no court. But we will live up with this until nobody can no amount of insult will stop me from saying things as they are. Because Gambia, we all have platforms. We all have mouth to talk. Yalom Bantaba, nobody will come to Bantaba. Right now, 206 people live in Jamaica on TikTok. YouTube and Facebook combined is 300 people. This is 505 live viewers who live in Jamaica right now. But man ran nendira jam. Mbe esa mbala ko analyze kambal jumal ba fra se wu se li kan nendiro kele. Mo funny boy tankande. Yeah, like a visa fee is non-refundable. When you put a visa fee, they tell you this is not linked to success of your application. So ndebe menna nde nyin dindingolu wala nanga sile la ko la baki. Ala cross Gambia politician nyin makaro be jama kakar na dindingolu the young leaders. Wala na Gambia no ala nga haklutu baki. Nyin young leaders wala makaro share. Kebalu generally ike fongolu mañal lon bari ñin dindingol mel yalla ko be korontorin ka ñaaton kolt jama babi je iman correct nde amanke ko I have something against Esa Fall bari nga ray sodole ko amanke na choice ti yes, just like some of them Alaju Seno Dabo is not their choice. This is democracy. All of us have got our choice, and I have given reasons because in an engineering kale mna nante boga Esa support ngoy kontere esa support la bi kontere mo support la me yalon ko bi Gambia be coloring amari ma dablo na kelot mbam far president ya bi Gambia be dictatorship ko ite mari me dablo kelot on tanga ne support bi ko kana nyini la hani ni be adult it ni be dindi yaring struggle ko no wo ko understand, but at the when you reach the age of adolescence and you chose not to fight, everybody who is interested in Gambian liberation struggle should have joined publicly. Second, need them loyalty, ye international connections, international connection use to put pressure on the Gambia regime, Gambia liberate. ba mo jama ba bi jam yo problème wala soto ituta dayri molbe la kelola ndol ka 3 or 4 hours ke freedom mbe online radio to birin kolon sono mina bari birin palaso lu nata who became the main beneficiaries dolu bi je fam wol me dabula keloto they became beneficiaries fair enough bari sign de ni mo la fa kala Gambia president me ni ngale ra record la me ni ngale la record la because birin abe koleri ite mo meji so bi iko ite la nyanta banko marala. How does that sense to me? Banko ni yakano akambi called Nelson Madiba Mandela, South Africa la former president. Birin South Africa be kolaya kono. Ana ala comrade soli funtita li lota South Africa. 27 years ya sorong. Sonko ani Usman Sonko and Jomai. Maki salvala nonsense la Senegal funtita li. Usman Sonko se funtino la yakta bantal ay do ko nyini a Londo sotole. Jomai fay ay Londo sotola sitala international appointment nyini. For Jumala go international. But they stayed put in Senegal, they fought against the system. Nte personally mamodofo. Ndeko Alhaji Ousainou Darboe an opportunity sort like a funte Gambia, the first constitutional lawyer in that country. And we bring Gambia be UDP struggled to get somebody to lead United Democratic Party. Aliamo Adama Barrow from recently. Ako wotumo modol bi ne UDP da fole ka borel. Adama Barrow la he said it recently. Ako when you mention UDP, people run away from you. When UDP, when that time Yaya Jammeh political parties were banned through a decree, when that ban was lifted, United Democratic Party was formed. More members PPP, GPP, NCP, wole convinced in the United Democratic Party. They struggled to get who would be the leader of UDP. Nobody was willing, very few. Near Momo approach ikonono, hey, Yaya Jammeh dictator. Hey, fonga nyimfo, funka tari kole fo jande. Wala na ninga molji kala Ousainou Darboe disrespect ni online academy. Wala nanteni mol bu ko dun. Ninga je platform on na ko kala Ousainou Darboe le fon to use every day nka kamfa. Because when it was tough, nobody was willing to lead United Democratic Party. Ousainou Darboe was in Atlanta. It had an approach. Watching Olympics. That time, how many people could even afford to go on holiday to America? Kata Olympics GB. Not many Gambians. Because financially he was okay. Abala dokuola. I had a private chamber. So, bring that approach. Yeah. Laban akana la family bekete another song. Kalo. Political party platform or to Yaya Jammeh corruption exposed. Go. How many of these politicians had the courage to do that? Be a diata, momo be nengo for a teletali, be diam la radio to, be diam la corruption. But then, how many people say who said in Aksuma Masi, you have the tapet line? Yun mununko. Man mangi angal ter fi di bari wasi online radio because I'm thousands and thousands of miles away from Babi de Mansa. Manghani. Ndol dol bi je for ma sudo account so. 1994 Olympics in Atlanta. Tonyan 40 sani. Because UDP was formed in 1996, 28 of August. UDP 29. Next year UDP kala taktiti. Sanji Tanzaba. 2026 level kala UDP la 3 decades of existence. So ndeni mbonyo lu bejang jamaba be je fake account ol soto ngana friend dolom fan dolom sudol ti sigil Gambia malam fale sigil Gambia remember ndebe honest Gambian sigil Gambia dolom sudol ti no be diamola bar momalon ani femi mahoni na friend femi hani say momalon jumala woti dolom sudol ti no prominent sudol in online ben advocacy kala ndeka diamo radio to no nga pseudo name use because Yaya Jammeh ala nga tona fo Yaya Jammeh hanyo man diade because molke la family le fanam protect because Yaya Jammeh hana mi te shoto asela family ma ala nga tona fo Jammeh Musa na mi te shoto akada boy la family le ka ay all victimize anu modol wi mala fi hakko shoto itala kuwa yatina ibadi ngol fo wala do ko la o yete ibadi mo muta yadun itala ko ibo junubo shoto la. But Ousainou Darboe stood tall among many elites. How many elites had the courage to confront the dictator at the time? B ni molle kana law niti taxaw si platform iko wolle ngante kala leader not Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. I think that's an insult ndala jero wala nanteni mote kamben na wala na ninga moy fongo is not appetizing for me because yabatelom because bring up a coloring munati na mafo ñun funding kewol did not come out iko Alhaji Ousainou Darboe yen legi mangen haral ñun dawi ñu he ak jamme. Why didn't they say that? Why didn't they say that? Time bobu nonu ni momo la fedi am la parents le ka fo nopi. Even right now, there are people in this struggle here. Ila molu ka fo ko nopil. Don't let TikTok to jam munat ne ka fake TikTok accounts use because ila kelefal le ka fo ko mala fiye fo funti ni Gambia la political. Hani sabe ke even though right now the democratic terrain is open, ndeka na jan nga na face standi because Adama Barrow is a kumo be file. Is a tarano diaspora je Barrow criticized what I think Barrow yemota nte Gambia in January. But even I said it in Brikama at a UDP event, ngafo jele yen ñini ka question wala because intending Honorable Alhaji Darboe dolem keda resource personality on that Q&A session. So yen ñini ka question wala come on the variance between Jammeh and ngoy ko tonya to Adama Barrow manta la man se ko na support kam bari ni ya Jammeh jamalo nte se wuselite na Gambia. Most likely Keba Sabali la. Most likely Bob Touré la. But in Kwego B, ni ajante be hanyule kanajam. Adama Barrow na la kumbeng. Amantara bankola fengo use kan ko kari kan krisa jefra airport or detain. Nga make follow de. But womu Gambia non to lengo keloke. But is sai inka molja hani sai ka TikTok account ka fake account to use. If you fi tole funti. Musundi ngo menta da kantolu neng. Ko UDP is a terrorist organization. Amari be fake account la use kam. You want to call UDP a terrorist organization, but even Hanika Fomoli, I can. Belegi Malon Jumalo. Ako UDP don't terrorist. I came Mabo Munela. But these are the people with Tali Tolu. Iko Alhaji Ousainou Darboe Manjana Banko lead. Lanka genesis of Allah's story like Flenali Jam. Ko Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. Isa for the man la fala. But Kafo ka don't scandal lekono. Because he ka sudian this scandal o men fon o fon manka. Adingo la application o Kafo ko kata korani. Adingo le rights to like a korani ni. So Melia approve, Alta would blame. But yala Alhaji Ousainou Darboe dingo manta anim baro kachara. Ala muso manta anim baro nyodi. The new keta ma fole fanan yala Alhaji Ousainou Darboe la position la use. Kataka baro mit. Barko baro na tajana kala Alhaji Ousainou Darboe kain ne ko tending. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe ko man soto. So his word against Alhaji Ousainou Darboe's word. But mbenga Adama Barrow lon. Mbenga Barrow ne mumo sifalo. So you know Gambia la situation oti. So B ni mol kada ka fu karle nyanda ka coalition oli nyin dindi ngolo ala nga hakelo tu la ko. Wala na tol me yalon ko alka UDP ngol attack. Alla leaders all man senia ku nek ak sa bes. Because demba ak tay was on Gambia ne ko ndi binda UDP de. Alla leader ka wala safe. Alla leader fundira press list safe. Ndema ko ngona fe ñofo bondi ñoto. Because that doesn't exonerate or extricate the moral question from what happened. The moral deficiency. Alinga bulanga taraman sakunda palasol don ka use as a leverage ñu dem di gis ak president bi dañ ko wara bay. Politician bu ko def man Sekou Sedile dina la condemn. Wala na mera fola jang. Even if you are a UDP elected official and you are indicted on corruption charges, kay nga setal sa bopa de. Ben domi UDP du la ne xana ñen ñi def ko man duma ko def. Man duma defend nobody on corruption allegations. Corruption. So this is the thing. So alinga try mbenga ke kilingoti banko nying ay tañaatu. Momo yalla ngoy ko haninte Sekou Sedile fay du naka sudu non. Niti dañ ma wara question. Why there's not going to be any sacred cow here. And now, memem volajam. Mol menga fo esala nyanka coalition lead. Ngamera say mote hanyila folaja esala nyanka coalition lead. On what grounds? Because nyin dama. And there are other issues. I don't want to delve into that. Yes. So, politician me Gambia. Il a fait coalition lead la. And non ika memfo nte mala na nyin coalition ko fo on tebuka la fika ko fo kata. Because diamu yabatel le kafo. Yes. whoever is going to be the candidate who is going to be the winnable candidate. Let's define what is the winnable candidate here. Na furen Momodo Aliou Njie aji buga chon sa cousin bi dama bëgg nga tagal ma ko fi mu ñëw diko gisuma ko mu ngi nopi mu ne mom dafa bay politics waye bu Alaaji Ousainou Darboe wa affaire saraxulay mom mo ñëka binda condemn ko time bo waxut ne dafa demba gis na ko ci Barrow Moscow mu ne mom dafa resign from politics. All of a sudden my brother Essa Faal is embroiled in a scandal, alleged scandal. Malagan Pobisco Jarbati aji buga chon mu ne legi bayna politics Gambia mo neex rek waye bu Alaaji Ousainou Darboe wax fi affaire saraxulay the next day mu binda ñetti paragraph. Hey Gambia ali nga bula cherry picking and this discriminatory attitude yefi kumba bu am ndey ak kumba bu amut ndey mbiri ki neexut la so koku su waxe dina ko condemn waye kale mom suma cup of tea la. Hey ñina yatina Gambia Gambia fo mantano ñaato al nte ngala Facebook wolo jele birin Alaaji Ousainou Darboe yo comment okay atata ko ako in fact li mo taman pa bi duma ko support, he's not a unifier. Hey nit ki soy consistent so lale fi an independent wala na Mamadou Ndaw na frère non de Mamadou Ndaw ateka karobe le made ndika tulun na frère Mamadou Ndaw is a true independent. Yes naka tulun Facebook otol but Mamadou Ndaw doesn't spare nobody. Mamadou Ndaw ni UDP ma ke ko bakka ni Essa Faal ma ke ko bakka ni Adama Barrow ma ke ko bakka wolo independent ma ñaati independent mu angale county be ngala minin lon, but we don't try to play gimmicks. So Momo Aliou Njie akate political bulale kuna yola safe I have resigned. But how is this coincidental? Essa safe essa la ko fundita ye political bula but bring Alaaji Ousainou Darboe comment for it churum pende data safe. Then this is why people said no, you have your bias because evidence ka funtile every day. Gambia nga hakulut Nyimbango kan tinyaro membeji asembo warto and UDP la leaders will be tentula because being ngajale bamba si program le play Uncle Larry and Dr. Mani itata Echo TV ibe diamka nyin tuluku wala UDP man nyina tuluku wala de mo jama ni même programme wala may on bambas isala moyno for exclusive analysis. And the UDP, i control book policy UDP, Partite Gambia, may policy pronouncement of the modern United Democratic Party. And no me koma kelim folale nyim molu meli alonko, they always criticize UDP. They are so disingenuous. And I will tell you why. 2017 to 2018, Jumalon Gambia la finance minister. Alaaji Amadou Sane. I Gambia la budget deficit tala. A budget speech. Not only that, how many of you, I'm asking a question here. Nimomos answer, I will say you got it correct. I'm going to ask a question here. How many months of reserve did Gambia have in 2016? Bring coalition government on. How many months of reserves? Reserves wolom to cover the imports. The Sophie has enough guarantee on letters of credit, bagasol import. You call it for imports. If anybody can answer the question, you can put it in the comment section. How many months of reserve did we have? Bamba said 3 months. Yes, let's hear others. And this is why on these platforms, you will never hear them credit UDP. But we will do it here. They don't know. The ones that are criticizing UDP, if you ask them how many months of economic reserves that UDP, bring UDP bring Amadou Sane Finance, bring Jammeh Beji. Jalom. Okay, a lot of you people, 1 month, no. 1 month, wanted. Bagari Sonko, you are right. 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. Yeah. Adamasi Sanyan said you got it right. 2 months long. 2 or 3. 3 should be out, but 2 months long. Gambia had only 2 months of economic reserves in 2016. Bring Golesona. That was scary. Agreement dollar imports only cover 2 months. And bring Amadou Sane Nata, what was it? Nga tandal ko mel ka foko UDP minister so lan lañ def ci nguur gi loolu lay ñew leral fi because sen janga bi amu fa sen xam-xam bi nekku fa dañoo tali rek ci internet bi. You don't know dara nada, you just open your mouth ñi sa buñ nekk ci nguur gi. Do you even know what economic results are? They don't know. When Amadou Sane was finance minister, Gambia economic reserve improved to 4 months of import cover. Is that not success? 4 month achievement. Atol menga for UDP la lañ def. Xeyna luma xam fi sa understand len ko because you don't know what economic reserves mean. That was success. Bini Amadou Sane be prime minister. Bini Amadou nata 2 months nga wala soto. Aya increase. But wakata nyaadi le 4 mu magic leti. Muna na increase to 4 months within that short space of time. 4 months. Go and read the records. Go and read the budget. Bini Amadou Sane was finance minister when he took office. Gambia economic reserves was just 2 months of income cover. By the time he was moved to trade, because Adam Barola moved finance as number trade because of the political shonko, Gambia economic reserves increased to 4 months of import cover. Nsafa leko hana lolu nekul success. Because hamulen ko. Nyata si yen ño ham economic reserves. Lan la mean. So that's one success. We now go to another one. Munam, at the time, Gambia la current account deficit. When Gambia government took over. When coalition government took over, what was the current account deficit? How many of you know? Because people don't do research. Bini Amadou Sane Nata, current account deficit no. I what current account, but explain some of these economic terms I'm going to struggle to explain. Yeah, I'm sorry. Current account deficit of the Gambia. Jelon. About 59 point something $million. What on the current account deficit? Amadou Sane Nata Waterman I talale to 40 something $40 million. Ata figures all jibe. Go for mu achievement net. Yeah, 4 month achievement. Amadou Sane Nata, and Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, they wrote the National Development Plan of the Gambia. Most of you talking now are not aware of these things because you have just come into Gambian politics. If you even ask you what is NDP, they don't know. We deal with knowledge. We talk on the reality of knowledge. Don't look at the Amun Kumul Fei. Don't look at the Amun in London or Karola. National Development Plan. How many people know about it? The National Development Plan was a comprehensive policy document paper of the coalition government that was submitted in Brussels. Adama Barrow Tata Jele, Alhaji Amadou Sane was there. Alhaji Ousainou Darboe was there at that time, was finance minister. When that document was proposed, the Europeans pledged, because Adama Barrow pledged la meaning long, $1.7 million. Ikobe ole di la Gambia la. $1.7 billion. Adama Barrow ko wole foko. Ako wotumole ni bal ni ako ni okodo futata Gambia bal ni Sadio fon be bal ali ala remember la tata fo kombo gunjur lon fo sanya malam fo bof touré wala gunjur lon bar jama fon kombo ma fo ngolom ako kodo me yalon ko ya promise ala Belgium and wo presentation be kala dame Adama was supposed to participate. Adama manta Amadou Sane tata because Adama man angele kawmoy bi ko Adama eta as the president aya ko bonde ako Amadou Sane eta al mo lu nyini ga belbe delegation ko non. Breakfast session me along dasamo session to pro Adama eta Gambia la position explain to abolia Adama sita la hotel ako Adama ako Amadou Sane eta mata chahan ko wala gale jande do Adama ma angale kawmoy Adama cannot articulate himself so Amadou Sane letata ayo presentation okay bar biranata Adama took the credit wala na bring Adama futata airport to ngamoy ako abala minister sabatentula foreign minister ala jusenu dabo Amadou Sane malani joma wol be ñu akabe wol tentula wol le joku kendo men ke national development plan $1.7 billion. That was going to transform Gambia economy from a least developed economic status to a developing economic status, because Gambia molka kuja male confused. Ngama ile ka Gambia is a developing country. Yalo ñun TikTok to you hear a lot of ignorant statements. Ngandol ma ile ka Gambia is a developing country. Jumala kale ko Gambia mo developing country. Gambia mo futa South Africa will developing countries. South Africa and Nigeria will see for all developing country. Ndol ma developing economy. Ndol mu LDC let. Ndol mu list development you be at the bottom of the lowest of the low. But in Gambia is a developing country. Gambia man development. You want to call Gambia a developing country. Ndol man development all from start follow. So consider a developing country status. So mune natake bari ñin NDP 2018 to 2021 evaporated because Adama Boroye, the architects of the NDP, I will buy. I mambureja wol samana. Beranata NDP fofula day kendegarut NDP. We have robust economic policy programs UDP. But in the Kobe Satalajang, because Ninga Satajang, niti dañoo copy suñ policies. Ndol we have instruments me alon ko laftake implement the UDP man sakunda nata to control revenue. Ñim procurement me alon ko molka use ko corruption ke procurement abe suña robe wolto ñim procurement. UDP na strategy so me alon ko ba control. And UDP has to have a small government. So Nimolko UDP doesn't explain policies and programs. You must be out of your mind. Because no buguta dega doko dega. How many times did we come here and talk about UDP like economic plan? And when you talk about UDP has a 10-point agenda. The 5-point agenda, youth empowerment, health, agriculture, digital infrastructure, will be Sanjilulu for all economy. The skill centers, the 10 skill centers, what is our social contract within the first 5 years? The idea of secondary education, first 9 years and the first 3 years of tertiary education being compulsory and free. Wabenda educational policy economy. No hamo lesoto. Dinding, a basic education of 9 years and in Sanju Sabo, Purukata secondary education, Puru free, ite fenjola. Wabenda educational policy economy. These are all in our 5-point agenda. But indeed, I'm taking UDP mon policy shot. Because itela fila fem moila me alonko itela fila ni kula bugu dula musa buga. No amount of rhetoric, no amount of explanation will make you hear them. But Taimom, I think these 2 days UDP has a respite. Sayentolu, we are not on the limelight. And unfortunately, they got it wrong. The approach was wrong. The way they should have handled this dead on to try to mitigate the negativity around the story, poor PR, the way it was handled. The leader came and he was angry, the way he was talking. Anybody who makes a comment, I'm calm over issues, I'm comforting, I'm fingering. Just man say who said people accuse me I'm tribalist, I'm this and that. Do you ever see me getting angry? Because anything that I'm not culpable of, I don't lose my sleep over it. I'm going to remain focused because I know this is not a small platform. This is not a naked platform in terms of viewership, in terms of people who listen to us. A lot of people have trust in this platform. So I have to keep my composure and deal with facts, not fiction. Banko fonga londi tonya kam. Na sisla jele ako ten batara sisla batara topical discourse lale ni am hopefully we'll have decorum and move on as a country. Namodoje Lamin Jallo, thank you. Ila opinion ako ESA is clean. Tema for ESA man clean. But on this issue, there's a moral deficiency. You can write whatever you want. There's a moral deficiency, and no amount of rhetoric will get that away. There's a moral question. You cannot go and see the head of state on 2 occasions when you're already serving sitting member of the lead council of the Gambia Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. Ika molu kumandi, ika molu shindi, ika wol interview, ite koka tonyale sabatinde. Behind the scenes, in a head of state come in on a private venture, direct. Yes, in as much as Gambians who are going to benefit from it, but I tell them direct beneficiary. Because profit sort of abidala posole kono. Atela Gambia consolidated fund. Hey, let us just don't play with our minds. That was his private business. Whatever profit would he share that we did? Yes, he could have created make job creation. Yes, that's true. But people enter business to make profit. It was going to his goal. And what he shouldn't have done was to involve the president. Even if the president invited him, if the president had invited him, he would have just said, you know what, I want to follow the right channels. I had a Jamaican business investor. Let me give you a personal example. Jamaican investor when I was investment officer at the Ministry of Trade. Nadango story at Kenjane, but I'm going to repeat it again. I'm over the Angleterre, Black British Olom. I left it ice cream processing plant, let's say, la Gambia. Pro Gambia can ice cream import. Atela is at a local ice cream product. Yalong Gambia boka ice cream manufacture. Boka finger. Some of them got imported. I left all the set up in the country. Atata customs, Atata most of these agencies, obviously another investment unit, Ministry of Trade, because our project of Fonga appraise. Ako mole kaeko aluna na officer ako mole kaeko na after la project of area he had to go and meet with Yaya Jammeh. Alila moy. Yalo ni western call wol ni tolla mol attitude man killing. Jammeh kono ko atena la kodo. Ako why should he go and see the president to get something? Gambia a department also. At a bit our department also in Gambia Madiala, he would take his money and go and invest it in another country in West Africa. Muna na woman Yaya Jammeh meet. Ako he wasn't going to see Jammeh. Ako ni Jammeh meet all about Tinatala business of a succeed. He owns his resources, he owns his investment. So he ended up taking the investment. At Abidjan. Now explain. He went and invested in Abidjan. Gambia lost. Because at every department, ikai kurusongo di. Kurusongo. Itenila investment on ata. Mo kada ka fo ko ha ibafla ta samena bi samena. So ako ala Gambian partner dole beji. Ani Gambian ngo mari tolo nento to fola jang. Gambian olom wala la partner ti. Wala ka samba official fon kono. Wakay ko iteka system o men fo Angleterre woten tol la jang ibe ko dole bondila ni la fa ñu la file topoto itata dawda ye 5,000 di ñina ye 10,000 di ñina ye 20,000 di ñina ako ñim bla brito so ka bamfar akata kela ako ni wolom atele tama la kodoti abala kodotu la British bank so le to jang so akonyo ko my brother bira muta Angleterre email o kinya akonyo ko I am going to Abidjan. So that Abidjan. And he ended up establishing his business in Abidjan. I go, you guys are not serious. But so being in Moluka justify ko SI right to like a president, but that British investor and the one yanta kodome investor wala siata esala kodoti. Because you know ice cream processing plant to invest in ice cream plant in Cambridge is more than $125,000. Well, see at the SL in Kodota, I meant your levy fee, mafala investment or better. But the levy fee will see that. But the Black British or Bamfara Takela. So Nimol Kata Tubabu Jam. Iko Esa, there was no wrong like that president. God save the Republic of the Gambia. Well, I didn't have some of our this UDP call to bring makaromoy walo nga safaro ko Facebook ngo God save the Gambia because ndola nyim banko sometimes ikanyi kala would we ever get it right, and it's a legit question. Corruption institutionalized Gambia. Like, yes, there is no corrupt free society. Hani UDP man sakundale natante corruption eliminate. Hey, ni momo natako, I will eliminate corruption 101 ko benenero la funtinte kato file. If anybody put in your manifesto, wala nangamo esala diamo konako, he is the only one who has the knowledge and the ability to fight against corruption among these candidates. I think I stand to be corrected, but I'm all of our interview. You guys can correct me. I think that is a misplaced statement. Afoko, I have the intention. Once elected into office, I will do my utmost to mitigate corruption. No one eliminates corruption completely. You don't corruption eliminate. There is no corrupt-free society. Corruption. The percentage is lower because of the systems. But to say that I'm the only one who has the ability to fight against corruption, says who? And where is the track record? Where have you demonstrated that? You have never worked in an institution. Today, if Mr. Manjang of Social Security says that statement, I will believe him because he has already demonstrated it. Mr. Manjang of Social Security, I corruption by Social Security. For ya kele ya bondije, Adama Baro ni mo kurungol lata nyokang. Mr. Manjang. Mr. Manjang is clean. Mr. Manjang has it under his track record. Ni Mr. Manjang lota B. Akonga corruption by. Ning Yankuba Dabo lota B. Brikama Area Council. Akonga corruption by. Nselal. Ning Talib Bensuda lota akonga corruption by KMC because so far Amanta commissioner to follow, but among any fraud or corruption, they are missing vouchers. So you're gonna link that to corruption, right? The young Kuba Dabo lota Brikama Area Council ako. I so far birana I corruption of bundal be soroni mol membe je wo mo fulol nyinate to fo nyinate la le fam wo finance attaque wo mo fulol membe je de 2 for the 2 J's lo mbalo nyaade ay wala corruption bundal soro but ite mang record soto ite na mana man secondary institution run. You have no track record of running an institution or parastatal in Gambia where people can say when he was the managing director or when he was this there was a corruption. Ite all your life you work outside the country. You briefly work at the Attorney General's chambers. After they recommended you to go and work at the Gambia High Commission, Gambia Embassy member Washington as their legal representative there. Through that, you got connections and work in the international circle. So being international for Moleko, I'm the only person who can do this. Jonga and Joma, thank you. The 2 J's. Never become a council. Yale Yankubana Ralayo corruption bundal saron. Yeah. So what let's lobby for they have on their track record. But any track record sort of all is just talk. Because I work at international level. Ndelenga knowledge sort of. So be nita kateka press down meet. Ika korda dealer. Ika land dealer or potential land because he ma dealer. Iteman pareka 125,000 non-refundable development level fee jo. Adama baro na la karambalia. Adama baro kulimbala ite la karanda Adama baroti isa sindi no klamuro ya karani wo Adama na ayete convince ite la me Adama la kumule ita do kuruju Adama ye blodu ndi duguli no kono diwtir mutasa dur Allah Adama wala na mulmen ka fo Adama man karan Adama na la karambalia ñunu men ko de so called elite Adama la ki mutaki dribble fo manke maloti alafta la ju seno dabo dribble la ju seno dabo manso bera ko la ju seno dabo en c'est la bureau tangi be refobis alafta la ju seno dabo dribble la ni ala ju seno dabo sonte wala den ala ju seno dabo dribble bari ndel ñin karan nalu munati na ikasi Adama baro ke dribble munana Adama kan you outsmart. Today Adama has got something on SFL. Esa can come out and cry, yes, ñom jël suma xaliss fewuñuma, but if they say non-refundable in English, when something is not refundable, it's not refundable. So how does that tantamount to nguur gi ñoma amel xaliss? The only thing is, unless if they state that when you pay that automatically they will give you land, in that case I would agree with you, because if they don't give you the land, then definitely they need to refund your money. I try to be fair. But if they do not put that in your application, if the success of your application doesn't determine whether you get money or not, then the government doesn't owe you nada. And this is what I'm saying, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that that is conditional upon what was on the application. Let's be honest here. If it says non-refundable fee, non-refundable levy is a non-refundable levy. As simple as that. But the Gambia more tolu si state bobo. dekabi mbiri dekabi mom noy do war ku nek nga farfarlo. That's why ninga mulu moy melu yalla ko they do fair assessment of the situation. Wala nan kan na UDP ngol fo nan kal advice mbali yamar la ko tenge. Ning platform will start a UDP inquest. Alin kakari kamfa, tariyarin kamfa. Because look, konon BMG, they did a fair assessment of SLN situation. And nung biring UDP fanan na cool funtita because ngamo ere ko be banjul fanan lanyi scandal ba elena ba they are just trying to establish few things BC Banjul City Council. Niba examine na mo kana try kamfa. We should listen to independent platforms to do constructive analysis and help us UDP. But in momo UDP marek ndola modole kamfa alinga haklot wala. And in this thing it's not going to be pretty. Sometimes even these independent platforms they can make mistakes because they're human. But as long as generally they are doing their level best and you nyanto talala and accept it. Ningen na UDP officers all scrutinize alinga accept. Because these are public officials. Because they need to be examined. These people are not perfect. But let us not create elephants in the room. Gambia the problem is we create elephants in the room. Nim politician will manke alati. They're human. They're human, of course. So ning mo boytela leader kang. Ko alaj usenu dabo jama babi je ka boya kang. Pabi sa defa corrupt, Pabi defa market, Pabi tenting. Well, we cannot take that. But Jumala Belola Jambi ko alaj usenu dabo is corrupt. Bring evidence. Assets ko data le tuku yereng. Ken de gatot affaire assets jammi legi. So say mina munekela. Mbela min tambala audio le play la lija. This are play no. Let me see. Lamin tamba dia mutale because jamme Musa akay lamin tamba bayle. But mbaji be la fomba play la no leba. Ni nanyim funo nanyi nyomi ka funo ateka balange nak sometimes. It is okay. Abe nanyim fundo le kono ma transfer. Sorry, na mistake olek ma transfer. Lamin tamba diam tala kwa resign tale. So bari jambe Musa kay lamin tamba bayle. So bari maybe next time ba play la nga so say mina line so le ni mol men lafta join na TikTok I lafta do na kacha kono please feel free to join it and then we'll have a show. So legi mbi karna la janne ka UDP la economic analysis dama chobahal rek tuti lay wax dama deep into details because iko UDP man policy shoto iko ma ideal shoto we have well written documents the economic policies and all the sectoral policies me alon ko dinata man sekunda mba wala implement la bari nta fola santo because ninga fo njaw kumbal ba talal wala nanga domandingol fali jang and we have already demonstrated that. So the line is open right now on TikTok. More after join now. Please come in and join and have your say. Allah baraka baki. Thank you for being here. Allah baraka. Okay, Khalifa dam malebe jang. Khalifa. Huh? Oh, Jumala ni JBT.
That's not important. That's what I'm talking about.
It's me. Yeah, who?
Hey, hold on. Let me talk to him.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Ngamera wolbe nyo sabolla. Wolbe nyo sabolla. Bismillah.
Kali. Mal kondom ba bi okol. Lamar lal be kondom.
Ene mbara.
Yeah, Uncle Unde, Gambia ko bala fa warta ba kele because ndoma be ndol be la firim falindirola because Gambia nafikia mimbeje I'm sorry to say that bari nafikia mimbeje fo mol si wala bula na tonya na bula tonya no ma wala sa things Gambia bondino Uncle Gambia modol bije buka wala diamol ge Fonia mel ko politician or dorkata ne moli findi wojo kuma bar corruption mi beta makan dolla government fandal nya buka waje sunyarul na fulol mi be kasara kan man sakunda fandal nya bu gol jaba
e nyaka jale de e nyaka jale
bari dolla nyo saba UDP la mu ha Usain Dabo Keba talo manyangala hey ni o man ken dolla focus mu minti na corruption min ben na banko kan na fulo min be kasar kan na banko kan bo ko fight no la nyaadi la ngajo ko ni masi boy bon na banko kan ni la mambo Gambia tan det sa blado dal Gambian dol fo batale
baake fande
tanto la sene bunda do jibe gi do la sene bunda fango da jibe ni sama tambila min ke da na Gambia do min finta da katala ko do no ma fokko mai as da musuka silo ka fata we bata min beke o beke da zero
wallahi
amam futa la ko do ma fata silo kam ha do la sene albe batari ibe konkori ibe batari konko min ben do la banko kam bi balwo da bu kama man sa kunda ben na millionol sunyala mo nyabe wala mo bu kadiya mo wala wala nan ko nafiki yala nyanta bola en banko kam abala fa ka wara bagele
abe mo nafika ya obi jele de
UDP ni min ba fala ko ha fo la si boñim banko kan na corruption o kele bari ko min betama kan banko ka on bala fa warta bagele bol kam min fo ko ha UDP non na do lumna kenola fo mo ni ngamon tari birka fo mo nyallete da nyaata birka mala
ajibe birka ma marketo saim walu ngaje be mol interview kam birka ma market ya ko bada ba ya kataje baake chairman Dabo ay say koy contantale la drainage system bari ñim platform olto fo bi dale ko tanni bala ko yanko bada be doku kendol la ñin ka ñim fengol
yo eda KMC fanan jibe
ya
ko min be ke ko fanan to o fanga dam mam example de UDP ka je ko ni nada sembo gamero gambe nya fitan wala le so why man na ni mol ko dinat say ni mol na diamo ni bro ha UDP tan UDP crop tal mon nya na man sa kundala na fulo be kasara ka wodo bari diamo bu ka photo ya je mele asal sol miliyalon ko e ko be kis kan sandem e ko kuma moy min dole
hani wodiamo ñinata wala le say
how many million la kasar da woto gamme dum be sire nyaabe wala dum dol la tamu be bare mbok ma kelen fanam wala Gambia masakunda kata mol la gulalto sato to ka diamu je
okay ite hold on diamu rek mbe my brother continue diamu rek be bolo studio to domande mbe ite diamu rek yamu
yo ya je kay tan ko ha dol ngasilo le nat nan la janga silo do ko fo masaku fo mol malon ko masaka je silo mi do ko ndol la taxol ni silo ka do ko wala la fo mol molam ba so mol ka karso man sa kana kala fi katulung mol sonno mol katulung mol hakilola ita ko nya ka ita ka tax min do ita ka man sa jona la minister so ni wole do ko be fo man nyam do ko fondol le buge jo dal tax wol man sa ka balu wala dal ka president ko balu dana la dimbaya so Gambia bi ka nyamin fo si tonya la fasa ni man tonya fasa na nyim banko nyim to bola adu sade na focus na dakala nyila diko kaje ko be falindiro ke no la nyamin adam baro man sa kunda bondi because nim ma ko ni adam baro tambita 2026 lahu la ta la Gambia isi ma sibo de min setan
wolam
because be fight kanu hani be ko kelin bolo kono ya dembe nga fight den pour anala mole corruption mi ke banko ka baro mo kelin be wolle baro round bi ibe na fulo sunyala Gambia diate nyami fembuka taje kamidun mo boka fide kadiyamu so ni nafiki ya ni politique nafiki ya mbe banko kan fosi wala bondi ngakubula la nyonoma Usain Dabo mo na Gambia no la na man de nyinya Usain yen tol nyinya len tol nyanda ka Usain na nyinya jilo jo jono nyanda kan dele bari ka kar finde ngawon be Usain kajabila Usain mo alfa de mi alon ka sacrifice da Gambia ka finde ka strong ka je ko Gambia mo dictatorship kono pati juma la mo yoke na man ke UDP la so UDP ni ndal mo jay ngeten du man nyam kuma fala UDP ma nga focus ngana man sakunda nge krisa sa nga dibe be tinyaro mel banko kan nga diamon na moli nga fali ndiro ga Gambia ndol nyanda wala kala sa enten wala nyanda kala ndal focus di
okay abaraka bake thank you nga kola do franta baraka
so ngal kontam bake diamulal be siari bari nga mo be kontam
yo abaraka thank you Fat Njie bismillah
okay.
Fat Njie
hello assalamu alaikum na def
alhamdulillah legi hamna sa account bi de man rek ko xam nak ñeneen ñi xamuñ ko yaa ngi okay
yeah maa ngi fine
naka mbire ba waaye seen baami xam neex na tay de somebody's making noise hold on user is a mute bang user but then I use a mute. Use okay, I don't want to mute now. I'll find you them
You mang la don deklo sa program be. Regarding to Esafal.
Wow.
Hanga sihu nit moy joom di jawale wa yalla du joom du jawale.
Wallahi.
Hanga like adina so nek ci adina da nga wara bay sa xel. Gisa ko xamne sax yow sa ennemi nga ko japp su nekké ci tolof bu ré. Because you never know. Waxuma ne dafa implicate waaye lii hanga taxna am na ñoo xam ne teewoon nañ ko foo xam ne bàyyi nañ ko.
Wow.
yaa ngi digga wax boobu noonu. ñeena yi fuñ ko doon séntoo.
Haralde, Osbob, you send a request. I don't know whether TikTok Nyola sent, and he joined and he dropped off. I just want to be clear. Osbob is a PR of Sobea. The request came, I added him, and he dropped off. Probably he didn't know. So, but he was watching Bantaba, and then all of a sudden, the request came because Manhamnani, I'm not going to add anybody who didn't send the request, or maybe TikTok Nyoko invite. I don't know, but the first drop. That's fine. You don't have to come to Bantaba, my brother. It's not a must. Carry on, Fanjai.
Okay, like Lingdon wa. Adina the fagudu tanka, adina the fagara by hell. Saka soy was siko hamne, nyaham na jil. Dual ko Gambia, derata moturu Gambia. So you wasi wahi ko kudanga wara bay sa helde.
Torop.
Tulu Gambia sa in humanity si bopam. Danga wara bay sa hel. Dakane amna ki wachani wana ne usenu lan la def Gambian si. Wakane ko suwahe no. Suwahe wa bobu mandama de feel uncomfy because handful nit ñoo bugut Ousseynou. Handful ñoo ko bugut na UDP yépp dugal loolu seen boppay handful ñoo ko bugut te ñooñu dañ am seen reason because am na nit ñoo xam ne set liggéeykaay manager bu tof nit ñi duñ dee bugg a liggéey ak
exactly
te you doing your job properly waaye ñoo xam ne they're not doing their job properly, they don't even know what they're doing, people prefer to work with those people. That's the point here. So man lima wax moy seenu handful ñoko bañ te xam na nit ñu bañ ko because hanga nit ki xola rek sa time halal sa waaju suñ la tek ci yoon dang leen dee hate in a way
da nga dee
la bayil bul def li bul dem fele dang dee mer loolu ñëpp ci jaar waaye fekk yow la ñoo
dimbale
waaye doo ko xam dang leen a hate loolu moo nekk problème Ousseynou ak handful nit Gambian nekku ne Gambian kooku bu mu wax ne Ousseynou lan la def Gambian yi déedéet handful nit ñooy gangop di def smear campaign against him which Gambians we don't care lu la neex ñu wax we don't care because bu yëfi tàngee woon
moom moo fa nekkoon de
moom moo fa nekkoon okay ñi ñoo wax ne ñoom ñoo yeeloo nekk président Gambia ana ñoom bi yëfi
they conveniently remain quiet conveniently
dafa am na benn bés maa ngi dégg si koo xam ne mu ne moom dugal na xaalisam sa UDP dugaluloo sa xaalis UDP coalition nga dugal sa xaalis foofu la njee waxee ne dugal naa suma xaalis UDP xanaa UDP rek moo nekk si coalition bi déedéet
wallahi
loolu am na ku ko wax te kooku noonu waxam ne dama koo daaji dugalu benn xaalisam UDP coalition la dugal xaalisam su fekkee ne dugal na foofu la dugal xaalis
xam nga léegi ku nekk mën naa génn di wax ne man dugal naa xaalis Fatou Ndiaye
waaye loolu coalition la dugaluloo sa benn xaalis UDP daf doon dibong ñu doon wax ne nga bugut UDP whatever waaye loolu noonu man koo wax ne ko dugalu diamond biir UDP yaa maa dégga bi yëfi mettee woon xam nga ku jooy si Ousseynou Ngare mu fompa sa rongoñ dëkk bi foofu la toolu woon tey la neex comme Adama Barrow nga xam ne sax kooku nga xam ne pour mu wax dëgga sax daf dee nekk problème xanaa nga génnee sarax waaye wax na mu ne soo nekkee UDP dañ na dee daw loolu dëgga la
waaw loolu dëgga la
loolu moom dëgga la
waxam boobu moom dëgga la nag
loolu moom dëgga la ok ba pare seewu xam nga man moom suma problème man dafa am loo xam ne su ko nit waxee dama dee bugg a clarify keroog bi Talib demee interview membe Kiri waxal ma Sisla ne ko man ko gërëm di ko sant seewu gis nga Sisla Sisla dafa bëgg a UDP
Sisla ku baax la nag ku baax la sax ku baax la
dafa bëgg a UDP xam nga man dama dee wax ne man naa Sisla ñoo am standard Sisla dafa bëgg a UDP ba pare Sisla dafa bëgg a Ousseynou
ba pare he is not fake Sisla is not fake
no am na ñoo xam ne sax ñu ngi ut place UDP ñooñu bëgg UDP seewu
I know
dafa am lu ñoo ut seewu waaye bëgg UDP
I know
xam nga wax yëpp doo ko wax si kaw waaye xam nga àddina xam nga nit dangaa use sa xel ba pare gut lu moo njëriñ xel lu moo njëriñ pour xalaat ak li nga gis seewu am na ñoo xam ne ñooñu seen body language bi daf laa won ne la they are up to no good waaye xam nga like noonu lañ ko jàpp
yàlla dinañu aar rek Fatou Ndiaye yàlla dinañu aar
loolu la am na ku call membe Kéri mu ne UDP balaa ñoo nekk di wóor di ñaan xaalis déggul de mu ne balaa ñoo wóor di ñaan xaalis duñ taalal taalib nga xam ne kooku dafa am xaalis how dare you
xanaa ñun we are going to dañoo jaay parti bi kon
du loolu sax de waaye kooku noonu xaw ma da dégg na olof xaw ma dégg ko waaye foog naa 35 properties loolu waxuma ne dabul na xaalisi taalib bi de waaye jege na ko kooku dafa mën a xam ne Ousseynou 35 properties la jaay
pour affaire UDP Fatou Ndiaye gis nga maas yooyu seen xel bi foofu la toolu
loolu wax boobu noonu su ma tëddee def ma dee naari ba pare dama ko dee xalaat kenn du wax loolu mu ne UDP dañ dee balaa ñoo wër di
Fatou Ndiaye yow ak Ajabu Gochon yéen da ngeen nekk die hard Alaaji Ousseynou Dabo right yéen ñaar
teewu xam nga lan la
dafa mel ni sa sihandoor la de
teewu xam nga man luy soo problème seewu man xam nga loolu wax naa la ko musuma gis Ousseynou ak bët loolu wax naa la ko loolu wax naa musuma gis Ousseynou like nii déedéet musuma ko
musula na gis waaye inshallah Fatou Ndiaye xanaa su ñëwee si gala bi Birmingham dangaa ñëw boobu kay soo ñëwut dina la mere de si sa dëkk bi la si gala bi soo ñëwut moom dinañ la wax ne dinañ la ñëw leeral lifin bi si Bantaba yow tamit
musuma gis Ousseynou ak suma bët
te Bamba Mass mu ne xam na la si nit yi
xamuma
Bamba Mass xamut la
Bamba Mass nga xam ne dama ko approach muy maa daw because time boobu
Fatou Ndiaye man ak yow mos nañoo daje si occasion
no
du xam naa ne man moom soo waxee rek ma xam sa baat bi
seewu déglul de xam nga li sama ma bëgg Ousseynou jega
ok
seewu ne maa gis ni man waxuma na nit si dégga laa de waaye man bëgg naa nit ku bëgg a dégga Ousseynou bañ ko bëgga ko Ousseynou dégga rek
Fatou Ndiaye balaa ma dem si ñeneen ñi am na ku comment si YouTube bi Keba Aliou mu ne ma wax la mu ngi insist mu ne wax la li mu ne ma brother say will tell this Fatou Ndiaye that I love her for her position for UDP Keba mu ne brother say will please tell Fatou Ndiaye okay I have told her now Fatou Ndiaye dégg na
ok de ko man itamit bëgg naa ko man loolu moo tax Sisla xawma ko musuma koo gis waaye Sisla dama ko bëgg si suma xol bi gis nga Sisla suñ saagee Ousseynou Sisla du nelaw guddi dafa post ba boor set gis nga Sisla ko dafa nekk koo xam ne man xawma ko de waaye Sisla dama ko bëgg man dama bëgg nit ku bëgg a dégga laay kuy
waaw daf lay wax dégga day farfarlu Sisla du dee farfarlu
loolu moo ma ne si affaire am waaye seewu lii dafa doy waar man gis nga man ñi dee wax ne lu Ousseynou def Gambia ni keroog sa dégga na Adja di wax loolu bu mu wax loolu ba ñi ko bañ handful la te reason moo tax demal sa liggéeykaay sax nga gis su fekkee ne different managers ne day liggéeyal boo xam ne she got know-how or he got know-how kooku nga dee bëgg a liggéeyal because kooku du la wax looy def ak looy bàyyi
waaw jërëjëf
loolu moo si nekk si xaaral ma bàyyi
jërëjëf Fatou Ndiaye ma dem si Fatou Sène Sabally moom tam dugg na then I will go to the other Fatou Sène Sabally ni mbara
teeku
ini mbara programme o diata kodi
alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin
mbeo samale mina o jura la jam
samale bina o jura la samale bina diaspora yanol yanni e janjui la katakola
baraka
ku nyamo holwe
ka folonde o to nyaldi
No do bije mo kilimbu ka usikano fa ya fo moli alinyu.
Yeah, but congratulations Ifana.
Yo. Abaraka bake. Nka mbe fa jay tentula mba jayila mba konton na bake seku.
Baraka.
Gambia kanyi banku dimo foylo ila banko yede.
Bari ñi Gambia fondinge politician on farsen yemule jela kuoto.
Yale ka Gambia je seku. Akole yata nyawo nyam foma so wole la fahamo le manke. Banko Gambia banko mol man faham han kabide nana ta politiko la
kunimbali ya bijele de
kunimbali ya bijele hani bi Gambia di mol man kunin nana ta politiko la karol teku yaje ka Gambia modol yeni mol je borole tol ka bo
wodu may dol ni bor la jere gi fane
tol ka bor la fay ka busandi waya tare ka min bori wallahi waya tare ka min bon ko nte benta mol la TikTok fe ka foko biri mol ko fondinkelu ha jo mayol fondinkelu fondi dol biri woli esaje do ray ko banta alale
but esa din jo may kom kala ko magre anin sonko
ko mol fanka fay ko alale akim ko wote kala ko te alkila alalem kila riala bang mo la bangot ala wote mo kila nan ko ten
similarity le fa wote tema imang ila banko ka kele la banko imang kele fam
yalo imoli nyanta millonna ika Gambia jentol min be diaspora man tol fode tolle be ñu wuro lan tolle be ñu ko be la bar mili be carte fayla seku bi wolta carte di la mola ko imu fo dindi wolet wolta carte di la mola ko i karanta le fenne soto wolta carte di la mola ko karmu ke balti hey woli be carte di la mola mi yalo ko i jaritali i lota bankole i kule ke banko di woli i lata ko nyinde ni na banko karafala wallahi abe lola Gambia yen baraka fako mu fondinke ne
yalo falsen bela kumo jansara dame fam
fondinke ya famo ñu fondinke ya wuro be diaspora le
falsen bela kumo jansara dame yaje Ismaila Cissé mbarindi ngo bira fanan joint political kono wotumo fo ba yari memba biriya arrest no barola mo la fo fondingol ni kirimba so dara police station donc Ismaila Cissé be fenkala be kuma bal fo la bara ali alaba
yaje ikana je ñin tulubu so min kete ala mandi gol ko tulubu sakili wona ma nyaate ina man ko te akanyayele bari kana je Gambia no la wala nyayele ndile ame ko te baraye nyayele ndile fondin kel la ñin kiri kara ey mo dantannu be Gambia ko non kali woli yatinna le Gambia carte fayla ali fata fondin kel la ndalla be ñu wuro ni ñu fondin kelu ali nga fondin keli tombo pa bi dafa maget pa bi Gambia carte fayla lu bi bayalo baro control te carte fay ndal data carte fay to bar mili kata carte fay bi wol bu ka maget kuning kala bu ndaw kuji
faser gorila ID card be dandalaje la Gambia ID card abe bala jele bam
te ku sed li han voters card famo expire pala bar nin tata mbari ñula
are new ay tere fankantala
Gambia carte faylal woli yalon ne bimbe kerin ko seku biri ñing jammela bagaso li fintita yalo modu tamalo fo modu ka kumodo mole ba ikana je UDP di wo seku bibi lala kala wallahi ntangalon hal Usain Dabo e kuke amanyan na minkela wallahi hani mambo akoma bari mbay tandila le ñim minke manyan na wakela mote silala wala mote kukela mota nan na bari mba fala ne nyimmin ke manyan na wakela yekete hey hada madi mo man timma fa ma nyoya mari
tonya
hada madi mo man timma bari ka fa kon tanga karle support hanna taraye kuke min manyan na kela nte ba defend la wala kay ta defend nola ala ka tonya
ba fa sen ninga tara no nyimbe ala jusenu da wala karola de no TikTok o jita aboita
mi yente jahali esa fali kai ka esa la karamo fanyami ka esa la fahamo fanyami ka esa la kuni wo fanyami na esa fangole keta TRRC la
lead consulting
lead consulting je kuwoli mambo nyama kono folon jana commission kono kuwa mimbe kiri karata je esa e wolonde ani nyir ko esa na nyeso keno la amanyana sona fani baro fo weni kaja fo so amanyana sonna la fanga teni baro fa we si wayata ta bota do ko la do ko mi yalon ko wo man sele ya folo
Inva what ma be nyin kala fashion do ko nyin fon be only. Abe do ko fon nyin ko.
No ko be on. Yes, se kuita bota do wala gambi benga janja mewato ko min be keta ntol be ka fala ko hani nyimo fa be mo la kabo mane mil kana ke Gambia di wolunte
Ha
je ita guite na mo li sindi ye dia mundi fo wali fa sonte ko ntol la ka mo li fanka muso le bule ko kan ka nyinni nyine ke e se kunta ta koronto la ka man sa ya nyi do banko kan intama e sa falti billahi inte na APRC lead nteta koronto la kaman sayani no banko kan
yalan faten foni ngela mol moy jang isa foko mamre be hanile ka e sala nyanta coalition on lead la foni nga moy men na jam
yalo nga ase kwale sono lead no le mi yalo ko mi ila sobe ya do fana ye BBC lo jana do NNP lo jana do think ina malu bari kwale sono mi mu UDP ni do lu ta wonya
no ado lead la hadi
se ku mol kala mutatale mol kala mutatale ko na ba nyama e safar wala tin nan ne dum tela platform to dole ko nyoko la fita ya fonye ay Adam Baro malo Usain Dabo e munete
je faseri ko ala Usain Dabo title le di la yaay company at large
se ku yang promote len na palaso ya la
hey congratulations Farsen Savali yaay company at large ala Usain Dabo le title di la Farsen Fanja ala ki Farsen Savali am na title bu SD yaay company at large
suma rank bi
dafa yokku yalla ñomi golon surwa ko be madi nge makoy
rank bi dafa yokku ko tonya be da min ka esa fali jela ka banku ko tawol samba kiti la pour kay la bol la nyanto dina oto bi ni esa fali e TRRC li ko nyinke da ito la do ko banta nyanya kan to do ko amake banko e free banko ni wol ka jole karwo kar toni wodo ko bantante ngamira jannate be fayla politiko fango kono e sa nyanta mek so lale ko man sakunda e ku ke nyin ko to o toliya man sakunda samba kiti yon bari na go man keno adun ta politiko kono o mala right le kadun politiko kono anin ta Farsen Sabali bi ni lafta manna patiyo no mo yen dan ko o manda bari sayin ite luwale lo ite karantale andum bi ite koy kana mara lole ke se ku ite yalo famo min be mori nga man sene ya folon ite kapta bambu persida ko ma munela foy ka wodite
ndala jele mol to understand and mol ka fo be je sene yandi le te je sene yandi la no ka fo ko is okay and in president we meet there is nothing okay but it was completely unethical ama ethical
ya no la ka fo ko ite min persida ali mitali munne fo mune keta fanyin kene ko be na ta dunje
wotumo anin yala wotumo kolwe diari ngani baro tema imaje bari menketa biring ay kodojo fo kaba baro na ta lonko biko yalo baro ko modole tata lo office malum fo yere mama ko baro ko modo tata office ko nyimbe la firi na palaso la
baro e wala
ha baro yo so biring baro ya sute ko esa be la firi president yalo Gambia be badin kri maybe esa ne molle diamuta aya fole ko fana be lola le tata fo baro e ya on sa so wotumo le baro na ta konye man la nyindi ala wala ne mal la nyindi ala ba na manke wodi denu ni be la nyindi la le aba soto la le yes
se ko to nyaabe daminto ni ko Gambia funding kelu hibente fanande kantu to nyante den na UDP funding kelu ntaka ala tentu male a bayri mol ka lo janne e ka foko yankuba be la firim da bola pala asol talibe be la firim da bola pala asol fenke be la firim da bola pala asol mo man bala man saya
bari mo police not ya ise hamoso to nole
ina fita man saya la bari
ma ko dude abe fengala kumo fo kan damendo o mutto nya balde anda de me yilla ko adam baro bina sila teleto na one day ka fo mole ko esa fa na re no ma korra ko wala I cannot be surprised. And the sister is right about that.
Okay, Abaraka, Mother Nifasen Akumoji Nifasina. Abaraka, thank you. Fasen carry on.
Funding kelu, be by remote Kafoloko, Talibe Bella Freeman Sayala, Fenke Bella Freeman, Barney Bella Freeman Sayala de a new Horomo.
Bepare Denganing, it almost flow be so far among any corruption, Kumafoila Blal to La Dokuoto, and on 10 to all about.
mantel seku yare tolle kaloye ka foko talibe ten ta aladi talibe laladi bari woni fongo no ta janna horomo anin bunya kono yaji hada madiwo ngai minke wofo anni be la primman sayala bara hadumo me bula kula de manyanna minkela anda be forindi fenne bayri nyiri be lo ta janne ko lafita kaman saya barni ko senda bo lafita mutani nyinke ba ka yo sabala
o mo respect la ya respect o diala
ube mulala no manga campaign ai ko ngaje ko nga samba state house ni mo fulo be wala bota yankuba da ko wala bota talibe da ko ko ne wala kaman saya wala ni ba senta yo sabala man saya
ani be la verim vai bani horomo le samba kan
ani be la fila ani horomo bani horomo le samba ye barika fo moli ko kari doron ne mo kari ko
ha ila wala ila wo kante dimi bakelen kela ni mol moyle ha bi Gambia mom e sa rek mo mono de president what nonsense is that ndele lola ngafo ala ju senu dabal be kala dron nyanda kala Gambia president wodi ko mu yabatele ti fam you know
nte do ma do bije be ba kidim fa kidim wo be esa falea no ma muso anake mebe esa falea last campaign itolle ni esa falea aka fa banta mar lungo minna esa falla moli yentene la platform to wonu nana ke na la dimbal be baka esa falla
yene ngi la platform to le
tako
la jilla bari ngamere farseni to ñu koy tul bu kan ndire ke ko yudi bi ngol kan ndiro
den tanene dum tajele dole sama bije faka fo nyako ida soro ali ñu fokini jindi nka yetene ko fokino
wow
ala fokini jindi
shit
ndo ma ko ya mo leta ko ka esa falle support barmi an jalo time ntol nga nyine mutako hanite ite se ko fanka nyine foko ntol ni nyiri be mu kilo timbe
ndol nga mera wallahi ndol nga hada mele sama nyuga yaaya wotu mo ndefo nga tour jaay la platform to fo mul ka kam fanka ma mul ka kam
ali ni nge jeng ka la platform to ni
andi to yalo be nyimbe ke kam fatsen yaaje ni momal la fila ndol be taake la platform to bari bu ke je na banta baade
nte fana ni nge je doron ka sele jele ngalla moy la na me tan adunje ni ñu wax ni ba baaw seen fala baaw seen ko muna tol ka baaw seen mi foten ko baaw seen Gambia bi ngol ma man ku ke min ronta ko baaw seen ye muneke ha atale atina adama baro tambita 3 years la nka tele ko mole ko bar baaw seen mo loyalty andum banko la constitution o way ni ne tande ko momo e maraloke 5 years ibe wala kalaji so sai nyim ya baaw seen taraka sole ko biribe nyim fola bara fota mol le nyaala ni adam baro ye wala sai afota alifa kota wala nyaala bil man ka adam baro mun anna wala man fintine ko baaw seen anide ite nyim min fo ite afole doron bara man ke te nyaala tol ni adam agree ta nyine dan ko wala be de ne bi ali wala ke mo kendo ko bati ni mule mo do fu nyiwo fay
abaraka fo sama inshallah farsena baraka kumun sa morom duma abaraka bake farsen fe fartene sura kan fole o sura kan sene ata bake sai ngamera bamba li bamba lom den after ngata jebi ya malom fo jebi ni li bamba jumale juma sabam anim babukar so li bamba bi jela bam ya mi yandoron kotona de yo acha diam bismillah ida ton lom okay, thank you.
Second election. Gambia.
Puli agent all. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't tell you I'm going to know the cover. You have to come more Italian and Nico more Italian at Boston, Nico more Italian at Boston. Was a London black, you know, diamond of most of Italy. Even good out for you, customers. So, company local Kanyama, like a Jamul Kanyama, but Slam. Contemporary for a room more because of the ceiling.
But this time what I got a problem because Honey dies for a jamul. Madangani mute bang.
Hello.
Hold on, my brother, hold on. Mole diam kang mute follow. So go ahead, Mr. Bambaila diam.
Yes. So the natural ko UDP slow ko betala but many ala ko anata nyato ko ni mo me ko man kaya man bol sambe ko itasi ya ni ko mo tambo sambe ko itasi man bol
James Miller, can you get muted please?
Hello?
Yeah, can you mute? Somebody's talking, please. Can you mute?
I'm from Finland.
But mute follow. Molebe diamuka. Yeah, tara molebe diamukam.
Okay, I can mute that.
Yeah, mute reg. Ni mari pareta. Then he said, yeah, Mr. Bamba, go ahead.
Real people will
yeah, molbe diaspora jane fa melbe prepare kan take agent so
at least yela carte company al diptelo de gunko kana si kamol karana mela ko wol banke akana de sambal ko alta West Coast more kendo more kumale ngata West Coast
habari na bi topico ye muna jewoto bio manta diam kan agent la ko bi topico mem fa esa falla nying scandalo me wala ka kan jang aning na nyaton kol ka behave nyame
mina jela because yalo mika in program ko no all the kala mo
ha yeah is a tariado mane because mo jamale batulo
okay so but ukuna si ko nayo ko to bata meta bala so agent lo ko so esa lo ko kay mo si ma do ko ke ba ko mas ma do so oda ma
okay abaraka ba ke bamba thank you mbadingata abaraka ite finance g so thank you so much saying ngamera JB le be jam follow JB
yeah sego me da kira sola mo le muga time so sometimes ka beji kan do kudla so ne ka diam no
abaraka
yeah so it's very interesting
thank you
yeah ndebe Seattle le
okay good that's all like an bemba host
go ndo like na wonu fa may brama di bayan ka fay ko yalo Europe la be on do ka rajel
Ibrahima Diba
yeah Ibrahima Diba it's I'm a jump for na back
okay
yeah so kata jele every time
I'll be final balola
go seko
but Jumala sorry hold on JA ite mute la bang
salam alaikum seo
baringo atol dum fo nyominga mbadowang nyomin kolle ka BF10 ite nata platform auto ha bari mole be diamu kam follow hold on ye mole tra diamu la ni operator mine yale am go ahead okay so Joby la diamu finish
so seko kudole thinke so left tele purune discuss ngajibe for I'm the right part or I'm kind of wrong part something like that so about Usaino Dabola last time diamo about the this former minister
mandra topicola bimbe diamo kan ni esala ni topicola yeah
esa fal komina nanjela but yalo ite UDP mulbe on the UDP la you start with UDP so wala nankoko ita mula kebal so sinana advice for the bulu on the near kacha in a bata so that you can tell us to young people we are starting for UDP so that you can tell us something about that too. Esa fal segundo be esa fal muya samba muya na today akalo akakumul for mulbe olone esa fal the time of Kolari esa fal run away nobody see esa fal nobody never know about esa fal lawyer dabo like what I want to Gambia what time I don't come here we are part of that place. Don't know already, but we are part of that place. What time, Tiagasul Kafai, like Kairava Avenue, we are part of that place. That time is a far runaway. It's a far don't have, I'm gonna Gambia for nobody know about Isafa.
Really?
So yeah, none Gambia for nobody know about it.
But Esako, I a lot of projects like a Gambia, even Brahmantra political kono. I business all set up like a lot of people benefited from this project. No, I go even Gambia. That Gambia le follow. I had one of his guys saying that Gambia. Then after another moves, those are some of the things that anyway, that's fine. But I don't want to used to go there. And left focus topic on Mengang. Well, and scandal me along Malageni afundi. Ite aje nyadi. Let tell what ite is ala kulina. You think I make a silo lombam for silonde?
No, it's not the right way.
Okay, why?
It's one thing. It's a manyanaka. Run for this election of manyanaka Ronald.
Why? Why not? I'm a Gambia doing all today.
Even coalition or Lord for Isafal is not part of it. He's not supposed to be part of it.
But why? Manana malawi part of Famanga Gambia not.
But Isafal mandra because Nim Tiara CGV. You couldn't be to the Yoda. Isafal never come out to tell Gambian people what happened.
No, he did. Let's be fair to him in terms of the TRRC.
Yeah, but
my brother, yalong malafi mole na platform auto. Nibe opinion dealer, you have to base it on something. But imanya na kari manyana lola. Ngenji very simple question. He's a Gambian, he has a right. Laftanga diamu about the new scandal or maybe Nima Kol Kalamdabaga for you, but it's not like Yafoko Esamandoku can look at TRRC. I think that is not fair to him. Yeah.
TRRC is a file yakebun come a like I can come and pray a president.
Or it all a Joe Yama, it Amira Atara Tudian Niji Puka president. Okay, well, yes, that's fine. What will opinion on? That's
yeah, even UDP, everybody see it like that because
no, not in everybody in UDP see it like that. For the idea all
no, but I mean,
no. No, we have to be careful. Yalonde Bantava, this is a difference between Bantava and other platforms. Jani Momo comment for. Me Alonso is going to create a platform in the disrepute ma rectify la. We tell individual opinion. Can have for UDP mo Jamala Ajo Nyama. No. Afoite Ajo wala Nyama.
Yeah, but look at it.
Yeah.
Kabrin Banda, Kabrin TRC Banda. So that's the time Isafal finished the Banda Katan de Molako and start for Afasu Patil.
Okay.
Start a donation of the molda, so that people can see what what work is doing for Gambian people, so that people can support him.
Yalam Nico Mobe. Afonte ngaje ole nyama.
Yeah, but it can fit in the social media, now
Okay, my brother, I'll let you go. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's move on to Ngalonko Jumale Bejam Kotenke. I just want to go through the list. Okay, Fanjai Diantor already. Next person, JB is a drop knowledge. You can drop so that other people can come in. So Ngamera, is it Mr. Miller? Italy Jam, James Miller.
Mane.
No, hold on. You more letter jam. No, but yellow. Listen, my brother. My brother, mine yale, but you more letter jam. You understand? Okay, so Mr. James Miller, ibe diamla la fote diamla bon. Okay, James Miller mantra diam kang. So yes, my brother it is a diam knowledge and because I'm able next day. Member diam kan no. James man diam kan maybe. Ajadiam, go ahead now. It's your turn.
Yo, Albe Kairola. We Valentale.
Monem Valendi.
Ngamera bi kai alhamdulillah imam badum kadon ko don yasara ko don ko le dum
je mona sara den ko nyaade
Rabule dane ko pour ya to sanye bi gay ina da tonya do manele fo la jatte
je fo mo ga tonya fo
wawe mo ga tonya ko bi ina da tonya
ngo ide mo sara hu lolti ba mo afanya mo desi mo NPP ngolti ba fo ibe NPP
isa wale almajiri ka 2021 ay sama to membe do nani mama kane tada sir lawyer dabola korna kono
ha
sama to sabale mo me la sanso jondi
ha
yo sama seje nyaade de
ndama longo ite ba foga fogo
nga al nyini ngale
ibe nde nyini ngala kula men kala mo e kay sama to men dun ndama la mo sama te sifa
mane ngesu de le ka ho baro man do ko ka bari bo ara do ko be ke bari wa alhamdulillah
o baro e do ko ke Gambia le
Yo, ki dafa foog ne yow bali gunka nga ki xamul sa lu moo wax please
Fadu wadu mola ni mane be nyola ndi wala mu de ya moy
ite mandelo mbari nge drop
bali gunga sew wako diga
no dama ko drop because ki xamul sax du mo wax drop na ko yalla mbari sara hulole man kan sana wodi ba denun ba tonya la bari mo ma hedna he is judging me maybe I muta mo dole famori daf ma jappaki daf ma jawale ak kenen yeah okay now I think Aji Bugachon is next I think mala fatene gas jumale nyota ba Sadio and injustice but Aji you go ahead
ana say Hussein no na la ziare na la bare
feyna la
no yu fam ya no ñep ne ci plateforme bi
feyna
Cheikh Dieng ak moom duma soril wax ci li ma wax rek mooy jéemba am na lu xew ni ci war a wax nañ si léegi ma nga ñaan suma gaay UDP yi leen comme li Baba wax dama doon seetaan benn waa mitinam démba dafa demoon am ko I don't know
waaw dafa demoon Farato
yeah lim fa doon wax man foofu laa bëgg a waxee mooy nañ ko déggal ñun ñëpp ñu bokk liggéey parce que fi mu nekk liggéey jot na 2026 ñoo na ba pare 2026 bala ngaa suñ duggee August rek at bi dafa jeex ba pare te weer dafa gaaw dañ leen takkaayu raalis si di gën a bari meeting yi di gën a bari su fekkee ne Baba ñëw na America ñi nekk Gambia si ground bi nañ gën di génna parce que Adama Barrow tamit mu pour di kabi gis nga su limit xawma mi people toola xaw ma xayam su paree pour lifin ko campagne la ko dee def moom tamit faa ñu dem si kaw bi dinaa ñaan gaay yu UDP itam nañ jóg fekk waaw loolu yëpp campagne la ko dee def su fekkee ne Baba tukki na nañ ñeneen ñi jóg dem si kaw gi surtout suma mbokk yi nañ round place yooyu tam waxtaan ak ñoom bu baax a baax bugguma wax xeet parce que Gambie dafa naxaree waxee soo waxee suma mbokk yi tudda xeet ñu dem si sallan ni ki dafa tribal dafa wax xeet bi man yooyu dugguma si parce que Gambie dañ si ban
waaye léegi today fi xeet sa is very sensitive
moo tax bugguma tudda xeet bi la na dem daal wax a xeet yëpp na dugga ci kaw gi wax ak ñëpp gars yi wax ak ñëpp parce que su Baba demee fii ñoom lañ nekk si te UDP xam naa leen si loolu fi mu nekk toogaay amut waxtu bi dafa jot ba pare nañ leen jóg takkaayu ku nekk lu tuuti loo am nekkul wax ba rek nga see nekkee suñu amee dara nañ yónnee xale yaa si ground bi ba bëgg
Fan Njaay ndax dangaa dem Seattle sorry Aji dangaa dem Seattle
non mënumaa dem na suma liggéey bi la kaasa xam naa last time bi dama wax
non léegi da ngeen sori foofu
non maa ngi kenn ci kër waaye suma liggéey bi la waaye xam naa ne next year moom dinaa xaw a free tuuti boobu moom suy am rek kenn du ma fa jiitu incha allah bu soobee yàlla waaw so li ma wax mooy képp koo xamante ne yow sa tànka dafa diis yónneel xaalis parce que foofu leen toll fi mu nekk nii soo munta demit yónneel xale yi si ground bi tamit dem rek comme ne ekkati nit rek ne ekkati naa ko loolu munta ekkati nit Gambie ñëpp xam nañ naka la mel nañ leen ñu yónnee di mobiliser xale yi di dugg seen morom yi di ut ID card issue bi dafa yaaxal lu bari gaa bi ka xale yu bari ñii amuñ voters card ñii amuñ ID card soo amul document tam doo vote dëgg la ñu ngeen wax di wax am na la xale yu bari dañoo toon 18 election year bi wala this year so xale yooyu lañu war a gën a toppa
ñu encourage leen ñu ut voters card waaw
parce que loolu ma tax xale yu bari soo waxee ñoom séew you know what te dañoo ne man yëfi politique bugguma ko politique yi dañ bari wax dañ ñu dee taamee bari wax xale yu ndaw yi yéen da ngeen mooy yëfi politique te gars yi xamuñ ne ñun seen future yi lañ nekk di liggéeyal moo tax ñuy taxaw di wax neexut waaye nañ dugg si ñoom waxtaan.
waaye yow aji ma yow sa bopp am nga ID card Gambia.
waaw man suma voters card bi
yaa ngi am voters card.
maa ngi woon fii waaye man am naa ID
Okay, because it's possible last minute dégg naa ne gars yi dinañ ñëw this diaspora voting maa ngi dégg rumors ne nañ ko def. Definitely because loolu da gars yi ñu ngi dem di register. Loolu NPP gars yi nguuri bi mu ngi dem si dëkk yi mel ni Gabon Guinée ak yooyu noonu di utal Gambien si ID card ñoom ñu ngi prépare seen bopp loolu laa dégg de xaw ma ndax dégg la.
ok Seydou su fekkee loolu la na gars yi téye seen diaspora voting bugaatu xam nga tama wax la loolu bugaatu. gis nga ni ay wayu leen. dañoo dem Gabon
Mr. Miller, I gave you the floor. You did not talk, but now somebody is talking. You're interrupting. That's not fair.
xam nga dañoo dem depuis Seydou. dañoo dem Gabon dem ay Angola dëkk yii nii.
Mr. Miller, if you do that again, I will drop you. Please don't unmute yourself. Otherwise, I will see that you are here to interrupt this all. Wait, if your turn comes, I'll call you out. Please, if you interrupt it again, I will drop you. Thank you. Aji, go ahead.
Yes, foofu la ma fàttali dem ay Gabon Angola yëpp parce que Sénégalais duñ leen ko may waaye dëkk ay Guinée Conakry ay Guinée Bissau ñu ne gis dafa joori nit nga xamante ne duñ Gambien su ko defee ñooñu ñëw di leen votal parce que ñii dia no good ñii luñ pexe rek am na lu tax gars yi di ko def ñoom Adama Barrow man I know that gis nga voting bi soo gisee gars yi nangu diaspora bi parce que amatuñ pexe xam nañ ne Gambien li nekk si ground bi jéppi nañ leen moo tax ñu ngi dugalante def seen nguur ndaaj yi pour dem ay Mauritanie ay Gabon moom suñ fa demee dinañ utal ñoo xam ne duñ Gambien ay Guinée Bissau ak Guinée Conakry yooyu yëpp buñ ko nangu Adama Barrow nañ gasta ak moom xam na ne Amérique su ñëwee du fi am dara Germany du fa am dara ñëpp sip nañ ko xale yëpp sip nañ ko plan la moo plé noonu Barrow ngiram leerut moom moo gaayaam yi li ma wax daal UDP takkaayu leen bu leen may ñi space na seen meeting yi gën a bari ngeen di génna bu leen xaasa nit yi di organise xale yi youth si lay gën a waxal sa jànga yi génna leen seen tiisaat yi génne leen tiisaat yi génne leen ngeen génna si biti ngeen campagne dafa jot élection bi 1 year plus daka des
waaye affaire bi moom
ñoom saabali ñii yëpp
affaire bi ñëw na ba pare moom
ñoom saabali ñii yëpp nañ dama seen bagay yi ñii li ñoo def tey ñoom nañ amee suñu liggéey dëkk bi ñun ñoo ko waroon a gën a def parce que ñun ñoo leen gën a am jot parce que ñii ñu ngi war a liggéeyuñ suñu dëkk bi ñu nekk di campagne di tal ay élection bu ñëwagut surtout ñun mi nga xamante ne amaguñ réew mi buñ may Adama Barrow dara ak gaayam yi génn leen soo leen soxlee dara ñun ñu nekk si Europe gi ngeen laajte suñ amee tegal leen jox leen ngeen génn def seen ay meeting def seen ay rally lii lañ leen ñaan Seexu jërëjëf.
waaw jërëjëf Adja thank you léegi I go to Sadio Touré UDP Gas chapter.
Salaamaaleykum Seexu ngeen konton ngeen ni la lamor la be konton.
Baraka.
Ngai ko la programme be diare. Yo Seexu ndey la nga opinion o men soto about esa pal la nying issue. Yalon Seexu ko nyimbe nyamen. Esa pal ko molba fo kanne kwata buka invest Gambia. So wole ya dunning investment ola but ni be investment o kela. Eka kuol keta Gambia le yaya jamme tata rulin na Gambia le Gambianol fata ye Gambianol lipa ye Gambianol pute Gambianol soron seku sedili ite fon odumo panderi la do ngete fon la ngatol fon la sibo ko civic education ngal la sul follow jele baro watul be nte namna esa fal to moy
esa namana ndiamu Gambia la struggle kono Comment possible? Yalo nyi karana jama sajo melo kuma karana jama otumo ye nyelo moda ko ambaron danga kodo nyini ye dabo ni Gambia ko otumo ni molbe dialo fe ka fulan tol kana time le waste ñi dañu waste sen time jama baka wala fo you know
so wo kol be tambita yena yeke lead council TRRC so TRRC nata so because ntanga men nga mira nying land ko ning ayatra aning baro benta 2018 aning baro benta 2018 le then silang esa lafta muna folantolye ete be lead council yala ndung mobe yala ne TRRC muna male involved taje
wala conflict of interest be wolto Sadio Conflict
so
of interest.
Conflict of interest lebeje. So nung atata men na je akara.
Maranga drop sorry.
Nung atara public column. Nung atara public interest lemo atata je. Woto kuonying anyanta kala nyamen tenga amira manka wanyama anyanta kala public tenderity na kita public tender data fana involved ala interest so itande je because public wala musa understand but na tata adamo baroya without moma kala muta ndaba jalal ko is back door you know. So no Gambia ndolbe nying public procurement ko men ka tamaji you know.
Yeah, sorry, I go ahead. Nying malo sinya fola be selela, but I know it's like an now after time is lamba drop like kodenge. Go ahead.
So wala mo problem oti Gambia. Ning ayatara ning Adama Baro ning Ahmed Ba Benta otoma be lead council yala. Ota atabe keram fula baindo la odlato. So wodung ndanga menjeje ndama jeko it is illegal I menke.
No, there is no illegality. It's just a moral question. Morality.
Ndanga menjeje
the ethics part of it.
Dabo dingola o korda ko ya ko wuri for it up to the extent that because of that dabo mo manya na karton fire.
Yes.
So no kilo kana wuli the same ning issue ning wala kana foko atondi la fang esa fall ning is a different issue. Ndanga jela ko wol mari nyol.
Well, no, that is hypocrisy 101.
Are they serious or it can't choose the recommend the it or die cap? But never message Mendy and a wall in Indico. Esafal, I do comment at Gambia TRRC. Monument Kala Podium, he has done a clean job.
Yeah.
Let's try to be fair to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
He has done a clean job. I do comment again, but you issuing Ndanga Mira Eba Futambi Kandla Leto, it'll fango, make Esafal Nara Mole, a manyan knock of the dame. A Yanta Nala Fintina Yafomole point blank, ko Esaning Adama Mitalaning Amadba, Nungo Taimo Kono, I will lead council which is morally.
Sajo ninga supposedly ning Malagan Manin Kibaro Vondi. Esabi Tala Dairy Nin Kuo, even though Akai Esetonin declared 2021, but he has never brought this out in the public domain. He was going to keep quiet about it. If Malagan did not come, would we ever know? Would you and I know about this? Probably not.
Never. What I think now, Esa fall from me. The ngamira for smile park la for mento lamba dole ka fay you have to sue Malagan aka go Malagan man fenke I ask myself are these people serious?
No même pas go for Amari yalo ñu Gambia ko ye fahamuro ke bari mo fahamro image birayo for esa ka ko ndede wol sula no because wol mante accuse fenna or whatever wol ga yalo we atana state away ka tete wol sula no because esa kalamuta dale tol man kalamuta but esa kalamuta dale.
Because I cannot just understand because muna atinda fango government fango being opportunities sotla puruka ni sefa yalong atondi la fango sedili ndaka ni kuoje nyame esa is saying that at $125,000 lejo tax ngamera omu tax let
no levy lo ako levy lo me along with non different levy.
Silang ning ayatara nung kome akita public procurement. Who knows what say the labor 140 lejo?
Exactly. No, ngamera Sajo, womu flat filety. That is all of them because imagine initially he was skeptical. Amalaf go jola because kodi jamalo, and then that time was about $7 million is at the exchange rate then. But at Malaf go jola, berate tata barole kaeko. Ha wolom new requirement ni la fita wala ajo no de samete man sakona blame la kona. Because of that he went to prison. So Barola kuma kamola na ajo.
So Baro is smarter than him.
The man jele understand. Baro ka you 419 nyame.
I say thank you.
Thank you. Ibrahima, you are next.
Yeah, assalamualaikum.
Enembara.
Ya ina ba na bora mo le diare.
Alhamdulillah.
Ya man to man jare se tela ko mo to mari no ara mu ja ko na se le mari.
Amin ya rabbi.
Because so nge konton baka ni jibe la mo bebe duma
abaraka
ya yana bro la franco to bamba ma si ya franco to baka
bamba to manda bela mai kan
okay ne na bro la comme del mom bamba ko tiro kono baka bari adama baro la problem abe mo adama baro because adama baro be to nga Gambia ding la mayna la Gambia ding la nyanda adama baro ko ndate fa ko adama baro mu adama mu adama di si faade
ha
because ya lo adama di be alain be dale alama mo da 15 se nyanda adama di ko la mo mu ne bi ni nga na fen tu nga bula abakala nyamal ba fata kala
Ablay da muyit Ablay for Ablay vanan seleta la makalam Ablay da you there okay I'm muted okay my brother tariandi domandi because yeah Ablay my brother tariandi because the program dole soto in 45 minutes and left from phone din la jeno program ko start correct
so adama baro la ko do game di nyanda kay la hakilo to de baake because ni mo hakilo to je adama baro ben telefon batandi la baake surtout for ya GDP de commentaire di ndum mom be duma ngari nyanda kan hakilo to baake
ka hakilo to baro
be message mo fontende la ani na ke baro dani dashboard dani so ko ba ndede so adama baro ndema like le fam pour ay tare Gambia la nyaton kayala
akam de ma support
adama baro ate fengale bele tinya Gambia banko ka adama baro manke hanabadin kendo de musa la to asi Gambia sambalo so pabi ni Gambia ding tare banko ni cheka yadi andanga ko wi pabi ni be molo makwela
inshallah
bal ni man banko di pabi ni na fonko be moko den cheka la ka dum bije wallahi be na bo patakli ni mina wolu wala takla ko
okay abaraka ito dima Ibrahima nyaade lo
ya comme to Ibrahima la di ya so ngal jibela wato wadi ni na broda comme bama masi ade na like bakere ya so ani sa be wala le wato
abaraka Ibrahima thank you abaraka
thank you so much sir thank you so much
abaraka finance drop knowledge so sai mita ngata ni user ya then after apply dabo user be diam la lebang user 568 user be diam la lebang ni man diam ngara apply dabo ya okay apply dabo you madangan on mute
certainly no nyinga mbodengela moy boy katala kay on kana tawo wes nyinkai wolam dal ngajinya winda wolam so ala next program is UDP banda bafo
ha nga ning Seattle ko la binajang Canada mo ni Seattle ning sana jajole nga program kala jang in 45 hala fanja so apply da bo rek yeah apply la fa di am la
no mande ma arga jere thank you
okay thank you apply thank you afanja acha bismillah
Sehu bala made hanga legi so halate yefi Gambia Gambia dafa metti pour ñu am Gambia buñ buga because it's all about monkey work babung eat mo nekk Gambia holal de ñoom Ousseynou seen struggle bi bi changes amee esa lim lekka si xaalisi Gambia Ousseynou lekku ko
fanya naga nga xamé lolu esa mo ne ñata la moy salary am sa ci TRRC
ya konte lolu non ñata mon sa fa nekka sehu
way pa bi tamit demona be vice president
neka vice president sehu holal gis nga Gambian si sehu fo na duñ té bay Ousseynou xel ndem si yàlla si bi mu nekkee vice président kiram bi ay million lañ fa dugal
waaw pa bi moom si kiram la toog
moom kiram rénové ko waaye loolu yëpp ñu la duñ ko gis gis nga yooyu noonu seexu man yooyu dafa nee naxari léegi xam nga soo gisee ma wax lii laay moom ki work baabul eat time bu Gambia di jooy ana leen
ana ñëwaa loolu laa den ko se Adama Barrow waxam bi wee yu
man dama foog ne sax gis nga TRRC bi ay gan lañ war a la jox ñu lii TRRC bi Gambia ni nekk seen gannaaw di leen dimbali because it's not fair ñu lekk ay xaalis yu bari
waaye Fanja foog loona dafa gën a woos suñ jëlee xaalis bi fay ko gan yi
seexu waaye gan yi xamuñ lan la suñ dëkk doon dem
xanaa gan yi su fekkee ne dañ ko def pro bono duñ leen fay loolu dina understand waaye bala nga fay gan nga fay sa own citizen right because esa lu bon xaalis bi Gambia la ko spend
I know Gambia la ko spend waaye seexu bi Gambia di jooy ki moom tamit
kenn gisul ko de kenn gisul ko
am na doole pour dimbale ñu de
waaw loolu la loolu
am na doole bi
waaw
li tax ma ne am na doole bi because moom ci international
exactly loolu laa doon wax fii
moom tamit war naa dimbale Gambia waaye déedéet ñëpp miwut ñu toog ñu bàyyi Macky
waaw Macky di struggle
because Macky ñoo génnee Gambia comme laay dafa mel ni ñu ne time Sir Dawda loolu moo happen era Yaya Jammeh tamit as well Macky ñoo génnee Gambia so seexu man su ma déggee ñu naan xaleel
wa Fanjaay loolu laa doon wax fii ñoom seen situation dafa uti ak Sonko ak Jomaay because ñooñu Sonko ak Jomaay ñoom génne na ñaxtu Sénégal
I know ñooñu luñ am sax ñooñu luñ am dañ ko deserve seexu ak ñoom wax dëgga nga dëgga dafa neex de seexu neexut a accept waaye dafa neex gisa Jomaay ak Sonko ñooñu xam nañ struggle naka la waaye Gambia xoolal Gambia rek seexu bi Adama Barrow ñëwee ba pare xam nga like Adama Barrow ni mel tamit mu nekk président di Gambia loolu moo tax ku nekk
waaw Adama Barrow dafa undervalue presidency loolu tax everybody
ñoom man sa sumaare yëpp jóg ñu ne lañ bëgg a nekk ministre
Fanjaay bàyyi caaxaan waaye kañ la man sa suwaare bëgg a nekk ministre
waaye loolu yàgg na di seexu
Fanjaay yaa ngi tooñ man sa suwaare des ma broda la de
tooñuma ko ak suma nijaay ba di bunka bu solon kos bu yolom bi dem toog kër Fatou boobu tamit mu ne dafa bëgg a nekk candidate président
waaye moom léegi dellu na NPP di
kan
yow kay ngay wax
dafa am benn góor yi ba di bunka de kii xaw ma turam de waaye mu ne moom tamit dafa register parti
yaa ngi tooñ ba di bunka yi de
mu dem toog kër Fatou
sisla dina la mere de sisla ba di bunka la
waaye man suma yaay wax ba di bunka so obviously man ba di bunka yi suma yaay
yaa ngi tooñ sa nijaay Fanjaay Gambia mooy dëkk boobu noonu monkey walk baboon eat waaye naka nga gisee Fanjaay bala nga dem rek naka nga gisee mbiri Yaya Jammeh mu dax ñoom Lamin Tamba waaye Lamin man gis nga bu ma dégg tur yi ma ne déedéet kañ Lamin Tamba ak lu mu xeexal Yaya Jammeh fii ba pare di dem ci plateforme bu nekk di defend Yaya Jammeh mu ne Yaya Jammeh moo amee doole léegi Yaya Jammeh mu ne Lamin Tamba maa ngi dégg audio bi waaye mu ne moom dafa resign mu ne
gis nga Yaya Jammeh dafa homesick
Jammeh Moussa de dem dee toog dara dugg si boppam bi ma ne tey moom bii laay release mu ne daxana foo dee cor suma ñaari broda la daxana Lamin Tamba no waaye Yaya Jammeh nag wanti wi Yaya Jammeh du te caaxaan moom daxa nit loolu dafa naan ak ndox la ko emal waaye Fatou Ndiaye yow naka ngay toog Équatorial Guinée nga ne dangaa daxa nit si sa pati non bi ko léegi man xam nga lu ma bu ma dégg mbaa kii bëggul juboo ak ñoom Fabakary Tombong yi because si waxam bi non fu waxam bi wax ne mu ne ñoom Lamin Tamba bëgguñu unity kon dafa mel ni xam nga ñoom Lamin Tamba ñu ne bëgguñoo junay so xëy na dafa bëgg a dellu ak ñoom Fabakary Tombong
waaye ndax moom dina bokk Adama Barrow loolu mooy bi
non du bokk Adama Barrow because ñooñu sax ñoom Fabakary Tombong am na ngunu ma dégg seen biir waaye loolu wax boobu du wax yi tey ok waa ngi dégg ay ngunu foofu so waaye we watch the space Gambia dina interest in 2026 yeah
gis nga Yaya Jammeh sew Yaya Jammeh parti bi balaa moo toog hanga lan mo ñoo happen lolu mo so fi bagé hawa dem su MP yeb dem joy di barama lolu mo sama problème fu nekk ni no la ragal duma fende bobu mom am panicking to fair
ban MP
ñetti MP am yi des xawma ñeneen
wa bi ko wa xam nga ne yaa jame dafa musa daahut ñooñu de
way daana jigéen
do ba dem jigéen bi maa ngi am information ne kooku ñu ne dafa bëggoon a génn a wax kooku su génnoon wax dina doon finish Jammeh
okay
waaye jigéen bi dafa am lot of sensitive information about Yaya Jammeh waaye jigéen bi mu ngi am audio yi waaye am na ñu ko ma ne ko mbaa Jammeh Musa dara jaaru diggante moom ak jigéen bi la because jigéen bi ñu ne dafa mere Jammeh dafa bëggoon a wax waaye gars yi ne ko bul wax so mu moom ñëpp la daaxa fu mu nekk ni Jammeh moom man xaw ma waaye man Lamin Tamba daaxaan bi boobu daf ma sok waaye Lamin Tamba nag ndax xanaa da nga koy bàyyi mu ñëw UDP léegi
Lamin Tamba man goma ni kooku dina ñëw UDP because kooku mooy façon ni ñooñu noonu nga xam ne hanga like time APRC UDP bi dañ ko jël like
very seriously
yeah
waaye Lamin Tamba léegi fu moo jëm fu mu nekk nii Jammeh daaxa na ko moom bëggut NPP
bum la beta de sehu
so mu dem join NPP
man bum la beta de sehu man dara beta tuma Gambia
okay let's wait and see
dara beta tut Gambia sehu gisa ba pare dafa am benn advice ma bëgg a jox suma mbokk UDP gisa su dee kii ni dut saano moo gën a sampa paateem dama bëgg a UDP yëpp
ñu mandu si
buñ wax buñ celebrate because suñ defee loolu rek gars yi dañoo delluwaat together
waaw gisuloo kale moom dellu na
gis nga ba pare seewu am na koo xam ne yëfam daf ma disappoint man dama foog ne kooku moo ñu daaxa politique ñun ñëpp waaye am a little bit disappointed with him because lim dee binda si ñi seen yëfi parti bi dafa xaw a bari Bamba Mass Bamba waru teewa Bamba public figure la moom su waxee rek dinañ consider pour delluwaat together waxat Bamba ne su fekkee ne dut saano sa moo sampa parti na ignore
mu laa dégg xam naa dina la dégg dina la dégg xam naa si audio jërëjëf Fatou
def loolu because ñun suñ gisee ne ñun kontaan nañ si rek dañoo delluwaat together
waaw loolu dégg la good advice
loolu la ñoo def dañoo ignore mel ni we don't care why we care why dañ leen a woon
man de man NPP duñ def dara bu uma saf ma duma dee wax si seen mbir sax man
exactly loolu la war a demee because saka Bamba dafa war a xam ne public figure la bum dee binda affaire yi ba pare bum dee wane ne kontaan na oo lii déedéet moom na ignore please gis nga saa yu nekk dama la dee bëgg a wax li waaye dama dee fàtte please Bamba bu si wax bu si yey bu si yab li yoo kan bàyyi rek ñu ignore because suñ defutee loolu suñ buggee celebrate rek gars yi dañoo delluwaat together
waaw jërëjëf Fatou Ndiaye jërëjëf
comme déema si guddi li xewoon because waaye xam nga kooku sax seewu kooku moo xamul ndey jooram ak caamañam kooku moo mën a yem kooku ku dee wax ne noo waata waat xaw ma
yaa ngi ko tooñ dina la defal audio balaa mu defal ma audio maa yow bu ko tooñ
amul problème seewu ko xam nga like koo xam ne ñëpp la xamee saaga seewu parce que nit boobu sax duma dee bëgg a tura sa tur xam nga saaga xam nga dee man la dégg tey yaa ngi waxi saaga moo nekk loo xam ne ku am yaayi sulaar sa du la jàngal
wallahi
saaga daf laa ne nga ibi sa gémmiñ saaga xam nga ñi dee saaga duñ jël use seen common sense because soo saagee ni mun na laa saaga waaye xit na dafa am lu nekk si moom loo xam ne anda du saaga because saaga moom ku am yaayi sulaar sax du la jéemantal saaga kenn du ko jéemantal sa doom saaga moom daf laa ne nga saaga mu ne waaye saaga moo civilisé
ba pare saaga nit loolu dina tere yow kooku lu mu bugg a wax mu wax ko te saaga du tax kenn noppi fii saaga du tax nit so you make yourself ugly by this saaga
sew man laa ñaan waxal ma Bambali waxal ma ko ne ko nañ ignore ñu mel ni dara xewut because ñeneen ñooñu moom su UDP na guy gi ñoom ñu ne daxaar yi te UDP lañ de bi ko waaye ñooñu xamuñ sax lan la déet bi def so ñooñu ñoom su ñoo wax waxi gars yi xaw ma NDP la man dama leen dee woon ma ne ñi weruñ de toppatoo leen seen soxla bu leen binda dara lu jëm si ñi because suñ gisee ne ñu ngi happy rek gars yi dañoo delluwaat together So no la trick la why Bamba please Bamba mo wahal ko because Bamba mo public figure la mom su bindé rek gaay dinañ li so mom bum si yey ba jab ni si xam nga suñ defé lolu rek dinañu dimbali.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'm inviting all of mena program and Lajana because I have another program that's coming up in 30 minutes. That is the UDP Diaspora Second Convention panel discussion on the UDP Diaspora Second Convention that is scheduled to take place in Seattle on the 2nd. Sanajajo and I would be here again in exactly in half an hour time. The Bantaba will go live again, another broadcast. Watch the space on that. But that is going to be exclusive panel discussion to talk about the forthcoming panel convention that is in 10 days' time or 11 days' time. That will be kicking off in Seattle. We'll be traveling to the United States with this delegation to attend that convention. So we'll be talking about that. We have a panel discussion on that. But before we wrap up this program, I'm going to play Lamin Tamba's audio just for fun for us to listen. Allah barakabak.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know whether you guys can hear it.
Of July 2025. Assalamu alaikum, Honorable. How is it going? Are you all right? Okay, so I'm sending you my letter of resignation from the position of Director of International Media and Communications for the APRC party. APRC is the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction. The position of Director of International Media and Communications was bestowed on me on the 15th of October 2021, but I can no longer fulfill the demands of the position, and that's why I'm sending you this resignation so that you can forward it to President Jammeh. I'd like President Jammeh to know that I appreciate the trust he had in me to give me the position in October 2021. With or without our position, I was defending the APRC. With the position, I was defending the APRC. Now, without the position going forward, I'll defend the APRC because I believe in the ideals of APRC. And the APRC still has the record for the development footprint in the Republic of the Gambia. But I can no longer hold the position of the Director of International Media and Communications, and therefore I'm resigning from the position. I am still an APRC member. I will be a dedicated member of the APRC going forward, but I can't hold an executive position for the time being, maybe never in future. I just want to help the party. I believe the party had very sound programs. We can redevelop them. I believe for Gambia to go forward, we must adopt the APRC ideals, vision, mission, and restart the development of the Gambia where we stopped in 2016. So, Honorable Buring and Ofrimofe and Ifana President Yama Ono Palacia Nasenam 15th of October 2021, Nana Sankanum Kanela, Funakafukela, Manana Me, Jingar Lamen Tamba Jikano, Director of International Media and Communications. Palacia Kilani Langan or Langan in here. Jani Bejat, Bekajom, and you let APRC, I supported APRC Katentio, Palacia Ningare Langan and Ifano. So jom the APRC bejat jam de mbase non palase jom do de futika fe APRC national palase futika fe de continent langen palase futika fe la be continent so nyake place ni langano neda mi manje no mutu mampulon president Jammeh His Excellency c'est professeur Alhaji Dr. Jammeh and sa force of mi mon salo. Your two APRC supporters, thank you very much for everything that we did together in the past, that we're doing right now, and stuff we will do together in future. Today is the 18th of July 2025. Bilam Aljumoti. And the APRC Dingol Mabe, Cabo President Jamela, the former president of the Gambia, and the current party leader and chairman of APRC, His Excellency, Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Kalamtila Bai Tendelayako, Palazzo Mentin on the 15th of October 2021. Palazzo Ekafameko, Director of International Media and Communications, or Palazzo Nyanta, Palazzo Motanola Koten, because of Haji Dol Hajo Lesiatambulu. So, Palazzo Nyanta Lambamundela Kamparhanibi. APRC Timorati, sample sang the killer APRC going forward. Metaka APRC Marco Yamen, Metaka Keloke APRC Yamen, what to continue na palaso nying na wala tanga murundaka. So ala baraka bake yo momo be APRC bantala na continue kelola pour ka Gambia murundi dola beto to abenun dameng 2016 because current president Jammeh a direct Gambia problem also to wala to yo wato opposition ya na jube mbakala nyama ka Gambia murundi na back to Gambia benun dameng na continue ka banko to ko kon ka tenu nyame yo na continue ka okeloke man lena do yen supporters APRC members APRC you supported APRC some man lena you and you get president Jammeh to the last member the newest member to join APRC new na so man lena egal ne so man palace my president Jammeh John on the 8th or 15th of October 2021 palace be moy one Director of International Media and Communications, Palace Bo no. Mange resign se Palace Bo no mono ma doha Palace B. So role B mono ma fulfill demands of me because of yenen responsibilities you ma the majority am new responsibilities the Palace Bo mono ma ko doha. So mange yel Palace B the local president Jammeh so that he can appoint somebody else in the position. Wabete Mangsi Bill APRC supporter la 100%. They were my friend. Here we land of APRC, but I'm going to Palace Bobo. Here we will continue after Palace Bobo. So, defend APRC, swing IDLC, swing mission base, swing vision base, swing everything we done there before. Bobo la you are not discover. The Bobo la you are discover program. Them kanam. We have to go back to where APRC was in 2016 because APRC the Fajena Gambia correct Gambia Jahaso the Gambia from Nekane Gambia Nekos them fem. Wow, go bunya amne go gemunge kamasanity, you get deceivenity, you get what can hamon. You get the can want to understand why opposition in Gambia down that you want to change in Gambia. You muna def dara lo xamne dafa ilifrew te dekapitu muna dem kanam as long as Adama Barrow is there unless nit mun na change Adama Barrow can change the next day is possible but si man luma gis lu ba yaga was since 2017 waji munut amut carte na munta ligi dekabi munta yobu dekabi kanam lepp lu ñu def in the government of Adama Barrow right now. It's just tabas nyabas then your kamasanity right you're ligene apart from the OIC main dual carriageway OIC main dual carriageway be project APRC la wa project be lu waron na mel no yep la ngel yahako the other 20 roads connecting roads you yep yahako nañ because they dafa dara lo xamne quality la xaliss nit lañ de dem di leb si banki tubabi indi xaalis bi pusu pasar xaalis bi séedoo ko ñoom neen loolu tax dañoo jagar yoon benn rainy season ñaari rainy season yoon bi yàqu na loolu lañ nekk di gis tey nguur googu noonu lañ am tey nguuri Adama Barrow but anyway dinaa dellu si waat education programme bi because for me personally politics without politics or with politics dama dee bëgg a share my experience ak nit yi so that education program of waking Gambians up, sharing experiences, showing Gambians that we have better options. Education board no in a continent. So my palace directly back to President Jammeh. Why the fight for the Republic of the Gambia continues. Okay, I want to Jerry and Jeff Manglana New Santa Juma Mubarak to all of you, my Gambian people. We have to fight for the Republic of the Gambia. And the fight has to be organized. It cannot be chaotic like what we're finding in almost all the opposition parties right now. That chaos we must overcome. Our differences we must overcome. The desire for a better Gambia must be our common ground. We have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. The time for personal interests, the time for personal desires, the time for selfish agenda has to be set aside. The time for personal hate has to take the backseat. For Gambia to go forward, we have to be willing to tell the truth, fear nobody, come together, look at Gambia and nothing else. Our backgrounds should pale in comparison. Our backgrounds should pale when compared to our desire for a better Gambia. So, Jerry Jeff,
okay, this Safu, I mean, Tamba Jam, very carefully crafted, nice, craftily words there in the audio. But on the program of Conflict Lamin Tamba ko resign tele the next day at any audio bula ko resign tele in his role as the head of the international media and what APRC. At the audio bula next day, yeah, jame for the audio bula ko I Lamin Tamba sadly. So really confusing statement from either. At the audio bula ko he's still a bona fide member of APRC and he'll continue all of our audio to them. But Jame Musa has announced that Lamin Tamba is sacked from APRC alongside with Aning Nabrother from Lamin Folichor. So Lamin Tamba, your resignation is not accepted by Jame Musa. He said he has expelled you from the party. So I don't know whether he expelled you from the executive, but I said he expelled you from APRC. I think that's what he said. I will listen to the audio again, but I think that's what he said. So this is Gambia. The program will come exactly in 19 minutes time. Bantala will go live again. Today is going to be a busy day for Sehu Sedili, but it's a one-off on a Sunday because I had to do this analysis and this program is coming on Bandaba. But I'm not the one hosting that alone. Sana Judge will be here to help me, and I will leave him to do most of the hosting because obviously this is a Seattle event and Sana is in Seattle. So I'll be going live again in exactly 21 minutes time. I'll just take a little break and then we will come back and then do the panel discussion in Seattle. We don't have a dog in the fight, and obviously a lot of people will not be happy with some of the analysis here in America. But the Gambia and the Tonyakan politician or more during the political landscape, you will be heavily scrutinized. We're not going to spare nobody. So the more do the political landscape, the more malafi do a drama kono. Man ningol gon dun damandu ni man dum mumekelo. So do good, shall be do good. This land issue is a problem in Gambia. Gambia la problem of Bemu land issue. This Indian national, me along ko malakumo fubake, ate different names akawole dundi and land should jamaba ni change of government kela. New government should even can new land should from be confiscated from new mano. This man is equal aka different tole use ning Indiano ning. Kamola land should kamola kenol shika. So Gambia momo you have to land quota. Jama land grabbing, greediness in land. They have a lot of assets, but the land full of sabanani lulu dolbi je from walmahani killing sort of killing a bit dolbulu. That's not fair. So new leaders will allow double the mola land quota. I don't care who you are. I don't care what ambition you have. Because Gambia, ika moja hana kuria ke dolba defender. Don't what kind of more surprise. Some people are going to go probably and insult Sehu Sedili tomorrow. And even call me all sort of names. I care less. I am going to stick to my point, and nobody can move me from this point. Because I'm proper. I'm an influence user. As a lead counsel, so ni more understand. Then you're on a different planet with a lot of rational-minded people. But on that note, Allah barakabak. Thank you.
Ale Fonsaje. Ale Fonsaje. Nada bosanka baluo. Ale Fonsaje. Meuseni dabo julalema. Ale Fonsaje. Juloka manla maje. Ale Fonsaje. Ni aja manla maje. Ale Fonsaje. Suluo simmeneleda. Ale Fonsaje. Useni masata. Ale Fonsaje. Alale amansandi.